Welcome, friends, lovers, and enemies to Schnozzcast, episode 132 for Friday, July 16th, 2021. This is Bob, joined by Nick Bader, Todd Dillon, and soon to come, Mr. Cory Selesky. Kids, thank you for joining us. Nick, how are you, sir?
Oh, I've had better weeks.
We can get into that later. Todd, how are you, buddy?
Mighty.
And he is mighty.
Mighty.
All right, so if you are new, thank God you're here and you found the Schnozzcast. You can see us here every weekend, and if my math is right, next weekend should be 133. In the meantime, we have new episodes, two episodes that just dropped. Well, not new, but high-def audio recordings of previous episodes that we did live on Facebook a few weeks back that just dropped on social media, which you can find on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Pandora, Audible, Spotify, and anywhere else you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Schnozzcast. And don't forget to email us with all of your questions, concerns, and requests for advice at schnozzcast@gmail.com. That's SCHNOZZ-cast. Or you can please text or call us at 618-SHOCKER.
Shocker line.
Always open. All right, so housekeeping out of the way. Who wants to start with how shitty their week was?
Can we first start as to why we're not next to a pool?
Who says we're not next to a pool?
We're not.
I mean, maybe
we were a little
below
earlier.
The camera, there's water and
there was.
Yeah. So if you don't live in the area and you're dry now, it has been raining like cats and dogs all day long in Metro Detroit area. Plan was to go over to the house of one of our connections through the hosts on the show and broadcast from their beautiful backyard, but it was just not to be.
Beautiful Island Escape, one of our dedicated listeners, is out of town, and they were letting us go over and enjoy.
I never know whether those listeners want us to drop their name or not. Like, or can they go ahead if they don't care?
No, he's not on Facebook, and okay. I mean it's no big deal. But when we go there, we'll announce that because we eventually will go there. If you guys remember correctly, I believe it was episode 25, which we. Because I know you all listened.
It was like 28 years ago.
I know you all listened to episode 25. If you haven't, it's an amazing episode. It's the one and only so far poolside episode. We actually took a page out of 25's book from the artwork I did back then. If you can imagine, we're at 132 now. It was a long time ago, and we did it at Cory's mom's place, poolside, sunset, and it was awesome. So if I know we said rain or shine, but we didn't.
Did we say that?
We did, but we did not say monsoon season. And I still would have probably taken us over there because they have a giant metal arbor.
That's what you want
with like a 15-foot bar and
with all your electronic equipment. A big metal arbor. With
it
potential lightning.
It's all remote controlled and it covers, so you can be completely covered from the rain, and it's all well lit outside and has a big 10-person bar. It's all granite countertops. I mean, it's beautiful, but I had a lot of problems at my house this week, and that just would not be responsible for me to leave. Water in the basement, water leaking out of the sink, water leaking from the ceiling, and I've been dealing with that all day. So we're just gonna postpone the pool side. We'll save the artwork and do it for another day.
Did your truck die?
My truck?
Yeah.
No.
Did you lose your dog?
No, but I can start singing if you want me to.
Wait,
I was going to say you needed one more calamity for a great country song.
Yeah. Cory was a problem for one of the leaks, so I may be losing my friend. So that could give you the 4 count you want.
No, he seemed fairly apologetic upon hearing the news.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do?
What, did he stomp a hole in your roof?
Yeah,
Something like
which
that.
one of those problems did he We don't have to go into it if you want to go into it.
Oh, he plugged the toilet.
No, he's been constantly dumping his chew spit down my drain, and he thinks by flipping the garbage disposal that it just turns it into air and it shoots it out into space. And so weeks now of solo cups full of basically dirt, like water. If you took water, dirt, and manure and mixed it all together, and then once or twice a week poured it down your kitchen drain, you have to imagine that at some point it's just going to back up in the trap, and the pipes are going to start leaking and falling. And so the good part about that is that I don't even like to see when he does it. And a lot of times I have to clean it up, like, because he leaves the cup of like gelatinous spit just sitting for days. And then when I find it somewhere, then I have to dispose of it. And, but his new thing is just dumping it down the drain. So luckily for me, all his spit and all his chew from weeks, leaked all over my kitchen floor, sopped down the backboards of the kitchen, dripped down into my washer and dryer, and that's actually happened twice this week because I cleaned it.
I cleaned it once.
I cleaned it up after he left last time,
and then on the day we had a monsoon in the area with the crazy flood warnings for everybody, it happened again.
Yep, and I finally realized when I saw grizzly seeping out of all the crevices of each pipe, I realized what the problem was.
Are you kidding me? He chews shitty chew too?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Grizzly?
Hold on.
Come on.
Did you think that Cory chewed the most expensive chew that you can buy?
Yeah,
I
really.
thought that's chew that you could buy. Kodiak.
The executive
or
version?
Copenhagen. Wow.
Nope. And he's a fine cut kind of guy.
Oh my God.
So it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was disgusting.
I have some ideas on how you can exact a little friendly revenge.
Swing, Todd. You might hit a home run here.
So tell him not to pour. I thought you bought him a spittoon. Is that your place?
That's the crazy part. For anybody who's watching a podcast, if you anytime you see Cory on the camera, there's a big goddamn spittoon that I bought for him that is sitting right in front of him that he's not using.
But here's the thing: is he's using a vessel. The spittoon just allows him, and the cup allows him to spit and spit and spit and spit and spit. So now you have about 4 inches of sludge, and then at the end of the night, he takes that sludge and dumps it into my kitchen.
No. Back when he's
you
using
have to
spittoon,
keep
he was
it.
dumping it in the backyard.
Yeah, you got to keep it,
Yeah.
and then you mail it to him.
I saw him a couple of times dump it down the kitchen sink. He would rinse it out and do that.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, he does it downstairs too. So. Like I'm going to let him know tonight. And, I said accidents happen, man. He clearly was not malicious doing it. But I'm going to let him know, if it happens again, when the plumber comes out, because I'm going to have to take those pipes apart already.
Well, plus any self-respecting chewer chews and spits in an old Milwaukee's Best bottle.
Milwaukee's Best bottle, yeah.
And then spills it all over themselves when they take it back to the store to return it.
Or the couch at the house that they're living.
Yes. Yes. You pack it in, you pack it out.
Yeah, so for me, my daughter's appendix ruptured last weekend, right after the podcast that we did. I left Nick's house at like 2:00 in the morning and was woken up at 5 and was up for the rest of the day. And
2:00. Might have been
roughly.
Might have been a little later.
Roughly. Approximately 2:00 in the morning. But yeah, so she's been in the hospital for the better part of a week, and that plus everything else that's going on just kind of adds to your worry and your stress. So, Todd, if you've got something else that you were dealing with that's making your week, then we could make it a trifecta.
Dude, my woes pale in comparison, man. I got a new puppy keeping me happy, and I got an asshole at work just being an asshole. Assholes being assholes.
Oh no, Todd. Shh, the beast walks among us. I just heard the back door chime, and here he comes.
So yeah, so co-workers driving you nuts.
Yeah, just the normal, workman's blues. People doing shit for no good reason, and I don't know if trying to make names for themselves, but This too shall pass.
Yeah. Yeah, not much else I could say about that. But so to bring the mood up a little bit. So tonight we're gonna try to get into a little booze news, a little 90-second sports, some one of Nick's patented existential questions, and then round out the second half with Funko and Gentleman's Agreement and Pick of the Week. So let's jump into that first part.
And now it's time for booze news.
So we haven't done booze news in a while, but this week I had to do it because I somehow stumbled upon this. McCormick, Todd, I know you're intimately familiar with McCormick, the maker of the spice maker.
They make seasoned salt. Oh,
Absolutely, absolutely. Don't they also make the what's the steak seasoning?
Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are hiring. And there is an absolutely legitimate job description that's available online, and anybody can apply for it. And the title is the Director of Taco Relations.
Yeah,
right.
boy.
I'm listening.
So the overview says, and by the way, we're not sponsored in any way by McCormick, but I know many people, some of whom I've sent this to directly, that would qualify for this job and might legitimately consider quitting their current job to apply for this one. Do you eat tacos like it's your true calling? Now it really can be. McCormick is on the lookout for its first ever Director of Taco Relations, and they're calling all taco fanatics to submit.
Calling all tacos.
As the Director of Taco Relations, you will be McCormick's resident consulting taco expert. You'll be the official eyes and ears for all things tacos. You'll have the opportunity to work with the McCormick Kitchens team to develop innovative and delicious taco recipes, travel across the country in search of the latest taco trends, dialogue with other like-minded taco connoisseurs across social media, and be in on the latest street taco seasoning mixes developed by the McCormick Innovation Lab. Holy fuck, Todd.
Yeah, boy.
Given the problems that you were having with your coworkers, you might give some serious thought to going, fuck all that.
So here's, what? I really like it. The only thing is, I don't think that my big thing is burritos. So if they had a burrito liaison, then I'd already be submitting my resume through.
Sitting in the boardroom at the end? Anybody have any? Yes, Mr. Dillon. I haven't heard anybody mention burritos this entire meeting.
Exactly.
I know I'm the Director of Taco Relations, but I feel like you're missing a key brotherly ingredient, that a brotherly product that I should be really in charge of, and I don't see a Director of Burrito Relations here.
Exactly. I'm a burrito snob, but I'll eat anything. I like the Doritos Locos Nachos taco from Taco Bell. So I love a taco, love them. Yeah. But I am not I don't think I'm director level. But for burritos, dude, I'm VP of frickin' burrito relations.
Dude, I've never felt so close to a job title than that one that you just read.
Burrito relations?
No,
oh,
I just
taco?
Yeah, I just want to get on the phone and be like, "Hey, how you doing, sir? This is Nick from McCormick.
It's Taco Nick.
I'm the Director of Taco Relations. Do you have a minute to talk?" I just want to be able to say that.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? So you will advise, Nick Bader, and collaborate with the McCormick creative and social teams on how to creatively celebrate taco-themed moments, such as National Taco Day, National Margarita Day, and make sure nobody ever fucking misses a Taco Tuesday. You'll additionally develop engaging taco content for social media to help taco lovers across the country answer hard-hitting taco questions, such as, which are better, hard shell or soft shell?
Hard.
No. Give me a fucking break.
Is there a way to turn any dish into a taco?
Yes. I make upside down tacos.
I didn't know this was questions for Todd, but I love that it is. How taco spice flavors can be used outside of a taco? That's actually
hell yeah.
That's the horrible question.
No.
It's not worded right. And what does the future of tacos look like, Todd?
He's the Director of Burrito Relations. Why do you keep asking
It's
about
giving
that?
away
every
burritos.
question.
It's because he's Todd. Because he's constantly hungry and he wants to eat everyone's first bite. Do you not understand that?
Sorry, Cory. I didn't have the jackery, and I thought you were going to bring a thing.
That is Todd. I think we need that light, though.
No one cares.
If you guys could just see on his tippies. trying to reach.
I fucked with the natural order of things because I didn't bring the Jackery, and I expected Cory was going to have a power bank, which I'm sure he does. It's just in a pocket in his bag that he didn't.
As far as everyone listening right now, they're like, yeah, I forgot to bring the flippity flop.
They
don't have any idea what the fuck
brain,
you're talking about.
He's going, that fucking Bob. And in my brain, I'm going, sorry, man. Actually, I'm saying that a lot.
And in my brain, I'm going, we don't talk to people off camera.
Right. So the responsibilities, okay, the bullet list of what you'd have to do, Nick Bader. First, keep tabs on taco trends, trolling TikTok, partaking in virtual calls to learn more about unique taco offerings from taco chefs across the country.
Chiefs. Okay, now I want to be that.
A taco chief?
Oh, dude, I'd be so pissed if I was the director of taco relations and all of a sudden they made you taco chief.
Would you rather be taco chief or taco chef?
No, I don't want to be either. I want to be the director of taco relations.
Okay.
I like it.
I can make it happen.
Yeah.
You'd share these findings with the McCormick team to keep everyone tacoing about tacos.
Oh, God.
Taste test and consult on inspirational and approachable taco recipes incorporating McCormick's taco seasoning. Ensuring tacos aren't just eaten on Tuesdays by getting creative with ways to use McCormick taco seasoning that go beyond classic tacos.
Dude, I already have an idea.
What is it?
So you blend up the taco seasoning very fine if it's a coarser seasoning, and you toss it with popcorn. And you have taco popcorn.
There you go.
That's already one. So if you're listening, McCormick.
Just off the top of your head.
If you're listening, McCormick, I have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to tacos and food. So give me a call at 618-SHOCKER.
Well, you can bake a potato, split that, a little bit of butter, and taco seasoning. Damn good stuff.
Oh.
I think what I would do, I would probably bake the potato, or accordion bake the potato with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Hold on, I'm not a chef. What does accordion bake mean?
So, like if you were to slice other like Hasselback potatoes, basically is what they're called.
What's a Hasselback potato?
It's the same thing. So basically, you thinly slice.
He doesn't know what either one is.
I'm trying to explain it, but apparently you don't want to hear the answer. So if you take
that was Todd talking, not me.
I know, but you take a potato long ways,
okay,
and you slice it vertically, very thin to make, but not all the way to the bottom. Like you could put down a skewer or something to where the knife's not going to hit the bottom. And basically, it makes like a fan,
a bloomin' tater.
Yeah,
okay,
like a fan or an accordion. And then you brush either butter or salt and pepper in between the folds, and you bake it, and it kind of caramelizes the edges. So if you did it that way, like Hasselback, and then you whipped up some, I would do almost like a remoulade. So like sour cream, some lime juice, cilantro, and taco seasoning mixed together.
Naturally.
And then drape it over the top. And then you got the crispiness of the bacon and the caramelization.
Dude, that's what I said.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Put some butter on it and put some taco seasoning
popcorn.
on top. I said taco popcorn.
Yeah, I brought up the potato, and I was just getting ready to expand upon it, and then you stole my idea.
And then I made it to where people could actually eat it.
Look, it seems like there's going to be some competition for this job, so you're going to have to
try competition?
Rat fuck each other into getting the role of the director of taco relations.
Yeah,
I'll be the assistant to the director. Again, I have my eyes on the burrito prize.
Not the assistant director, but the assistant to the director of taco relations.
Exactly.
I think next weekend we should do like Hasselback taco potatoes.
But in my mind, it's kind of like when Dave Chappelle was playing what's his face with Charlie Murphy, the skit. He was playing
Prince.
No, he wasn't playing Prince. He was playing Super Freak. Rick James. He was on Charlie Murphy's white couch with his shoes that had dirt all over it, and he's like, and then he went up on my couch, and he's like, "Fuck your couch, motherfucker! Y'all got enough money. You got enough money." So that's my mindset for Todd. Like, fuck you, Todd. You got enough money. I want this job.
Let's see what else here. Develop content, including videos, for a Taco Tuesday series on McCormick's social media pages. So you'd have to be Mr. Taco Tuesday on social media. Highlight the latest taco trends to help fans master recipes at home. I assume that means you'd have to create taco recipes and post them on social media. Showcase tips and tricks and answer consumers' questions such as how taco toppings can help expand one's taco repertoire and what toppings aren't on tacos but should be. I think you're going to spend all day on social media.
Absolutely. And you'll put a little taco seasoning on your lady. She'll like that.
The mouth is just not working fast
No,
enough.
it's not. My brain is firing on all cylinders, but the mouth is not cooperating.
On social media.
It's not media.
Are you starting to get like a touch of Bell's palsy?
No, that's when you see one side of the mouth droop.
Right, but that would probably impair your speech a little bit.
Yeah, but that would be easily recognizable. You'd be like, oh, of course he can't talk. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's not the case here.
Stroking out a little.
You would be able to visit the McCormick HQ in Hunt Valley, Maryland to become familiar with the team, have taco immersion sessions. I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome.
Swimming in tacos.
And be provided with an assortment of McCormick taco seasoning and other McCormick products. So you get a bunch of swag. You get to post McCormick-approved taco content on your own personal social media channels and provide other taco-related services as requested by McCormick. So you're basically going to be the McCormick taco bitch.
Huh.
Hey, Nick.
Sir.
This is a great competition idea. I think you and I should do our own video resume for this job.
I think you should.
I think we should both apply for this gig.
Let me go on, and you're going to tell me whether or not it's still a good idea, because this may change your mind. So the terms and requirements of this job. It is a part-time limited engagement lasting up to 4 months. Execution of an independent contractor agreement will be required. You must be 21 and older and a resident of the United States. Open to all experience levels. A previous taco job is not a prerequisite to submit, just a deep love of tacos. So I think you guys are good.
Yeah.
Excellent storytelling skills, including through video and social media.
Dude.
So you guys are probably both. This is going to be a fucking battle royale. You must possess a teamwork mentality. Nick, I think you might be fucked.
Yeah, I'm not a great team player.
Available to sign a contract by the end of August 2021 and work up to 20 hours per week, September through December of this year.
What's the pay?
Ability to work remotely and attend virtual meetings. Ability to travel to McCormick HQ in Maryland and other taco locations, who knows where those are, in the U.S. approximately 10% of the time. Valid driver's license, clean driving record, background check, and drug screening consistent with applicable laws.
I have a feeling there's going to be a taco truck that needs to be driven.
Deadline to submit is July 20th, so you guys got 3 days.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. For the video resume.
You can submit it at www.mccormick.com/director of taco relations. Payment, $25,000 a month, not to exceed $100,000.
I like it.
Submission requirements. Your video, you do have to do a video. You have to develop and submit a creative video showcasing your personality and passion for tacos and why you should be the first ever director of taco relations. Get creative.
Oh, boy.
Video highlights can include, but are not limited to, your go-to and out-of-the-box taco recipes, taco tips and tricks, and insights gleaned as a taco connoisseur, your favorite taco-themed trivia and fun facts, your applicable taco experiences, qualifications, and skill sets, your feelings on the perfect taco toppings, and most importantly, you should be able to answer the question, why is being McCormick's Director of Taco Relations your dream gig?
I can do it.
Should we, are you guys serious? Because we could legitimately give a recap and maybe show these videos on the podcast next weekend.
Oh, I'm not showing any video.
Are you going to do the video, though?
I'm going to be in the nude.
We can use
Just
those
a taco on
fuzzy,
my lap.
those fuzzy boxes. We could use a fuzzy taco.
I'm gonna wrap.
Icon
I'm
Cory,
gonna.
too.
I'm gonna wrap my
To cover
schwanz.
this-
I'm gonna wrap
cover
my
schwanz.
schwanz in a tortilla.
That's
So nobody will see that.
Like you do every
You won't see
every
it.
Friday night.
You won't see it. There'll be enough stuff in the middle that you can't really tell what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I was too busy trying to finish the Director of Taco Relations breakdown, but welcome Cory Schnozzcast to the
Oh hey,
Oh, hey.
There he is, finally gracing us with his chewy appearance.
TT, Tawas Tortoise.
I never really got a chance to ask you either. Are you also interested in the Director of Taco Relations?
No.
I mean I like tacos, but I don't know if I relate to them
Yeah,
that
that's
much.
all right. You're out. You're already out.
Yeah,
You
done.
can't have a wishy-washy answer like that.
Yeah, that's all I got for you.
If they had like if they had like an aquatic or maritime taco director, he could, in charge of all things fish tacos, then Cory, I think, would be interested in that.
You could be assistant to the director in charge of fish taco relations.
Sir, I'm sorry, but we're going to have a little bit more ingredients than just Gordon's fish sticks in the middle of tortillas. It's just the only one that matters. It's Gordon's. They're fucking delicious.
Have you ever tried that?
Come on, dude. Seriously? Of course I have.
Please tell me you didn't put cheese on it.
Yeah, cheese and coleslaw.
Coleslaw
Corey,
makes sense. Coleslaw makes sense.
Remember the old saying in the kitchen: if it swims in the sea, please no cheese. It's the way it goes.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. Yes.
The fillet of fish has cheese on it.
That's not really fucking seafood.
It's
talking
Alaskan
It's also
pollock.
not cheese.
if you go to a restaurant, they're not like, oh, here's your lobster tail with American on top of it, or here's your cod with a little bit of fucking Swiss cheese. Like
Cod definitely needs cheese.
No.
And by the way,
No, it
Hooters
doesn't.
also puts cheese on their their Grouper's cousin sandwich as well.
Hold on. Is your go-to template comparison Hooters?
I'm just making a point. You
Yeah,
can put
really.
cheese on fish, especially if it's mystery fish.
I'm just making a point.
Loosen the purse strings a little, Todd. Jesus. You ain't going to be fucking eating your Hooters next to your mountain and your waterfall, so. Maybe some gold-flecked chicken wings or something. That would be a little bit more the speed I'm looking for, buddy.
Oh, Goldschlager wings.
You know how cinnamony that would be?
I lost
Gross.
any appetite I had is gone. I was so hungry for tacos,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, there's only one way that you can make up for that.
And we see him heading in that direction. The 20. He's going for 40. And it's 90 seconds forward.
90 Second Sports this week is brought to you by Gordon's Fish Sticks. Useful in a taco
All right, Todd, you ready, buddy?
with or without cheese.
I am ready.
Okay, if this is about horse racing, I'm going to fucking scream.
Oh, shit.
90-second sports starts now.
There is so much in sport to talk about. We have great NBA finals going on. I wanted to talk about that because I was born in Milwaukee, so the Milwaukee Bucks winning would be a really cool thing. I think it'll probably kill my grandpa, but was going to talk about that. Then a buddy of mine tipped me to the fact that England was in the European Union championship game for football, or soccer, and for the first time since 1961, a chance to win what would be the World Cup of Europe versus Italy. And they started out like gangbusters. And I was going to talk about it because I thought it was pretty cool. Italy hadn't been there since 68 or something like that, or hadn't won it since 68. So this is a really big matchup for the countries. But it turned ugly in that England lost, and the three guys who missed their penalty kicks during the overtime were black guys, and then people were all racially mean to them. I was going to talk about that. But then I read this story today about a guy who should be the best and most likable golfer on the PGA Tour. Bryson DeChambeau, frickin' the biggest hitter in golf right now, mash and drives 370 yards during competition. And this bitch went to Europe this week, and you know what he did? He drove like shit, because you know what? When you're swinging 200 miles per hour, bad shit's going to happen every now and again. And this guy, rather than owning his own shitty swings, blamed his club manufacturer.
And that was 90-second sports, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Dillon. That was fantastic.
DeChambeau.
That was great, Todd.
Todd, I forgot to ask what's your beer and your shot of the evening.
I am drinking a little Icicle Brewing, local to Washington. Icicle Brewing hazy IPA. And my shot drink tonight is going to be a little Jim Beam Peach.
Ooh. Did you have that a couple weeks ago?
I did not. I had Crown Peach about a month ago.
Oh, okay. That must have been it. All right, well, pour
Toddy likes the peaches.
Yeah.
Peaches are for Daddy.
Daddy Todd likes the peach.
Todd likes
Toddy likes the peaches.
Most used emoji on my phone.
Get some of that. Get some of that Daddy Todd peach going, because we're gonna do a shot here.
I got my peach on.
It's probably too much to hope that we have a whole lot of new listeners for tonight, but whatever the fuck. So we're just gonna assume that we do. If you're new to the podcast, every 20-30 minutes we're gonna do a shot.
Yeah.
Our preferred, I think it's not preferred as much as we're just drinking it because we have to.
You should have left a trail of breadcrumbs before you started down this sentence.
It's Fireball. You can say anything you want about why are you drinking Fireball. We have no answer. We're just drinking Fireball.
No, we have the answer. The answer is that Cory is an oppressive friend, and he started drinking this, and somehow he wrapped us up in his web of fucking drinks, and now we can't stop. That's why. So now we drink.
Sorry?
Yeah, we drink little shot glasses full of sugar constantly.
Yeah.
That can't be good for anyone.
We'll start rethinking this in the future, but for now it's Fireball, and you don't have to do that. You could drink whatever you want.
Drink
But just-
coffee, yeah.
Just join us. It's fine. No, it's Friday night. It's time. Get yourself a shot. So, Todd, lift him up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Machu Picchu.
Bob almost lost it.
Almost. You son of a bitch.
So should we talk about that?
We will, but first.
But first,
Funko This. Funko This.
Come on, Todd.
oh boy,
Nick, are you able to bring up
no,
the
the what?
my secondary screen on the switcher?
No.
It shows up under sources.
Display on Cory's MacBook Air.
Yes.
Okay, we might lose everything.
He
Hold
is-
on,
he
guys.
is reluctantly-
Hold on.
It's got a reluctant.
Hold on,
press of
guys.
the finger.
Okay, hold on. Never done this before, but let me see if I can make it work.
Oh yeah. You're gonna do that. Oh, nice.
Shazam.
Look at that.
Done.
So
Masterful work there, sir.
Thank you.
this week's Funko This is a twofer, guys.
Nice.
Have you ever shown us a 2-pack?
I have not, because this is actually the first one I've purchased.
I've never seen
I
a two-pack.
didn't know they came in a 2-pack.
They do.
Just blew the back of my
clearly.
head right off.
So glad you
Clearly.
said back of my head. You blew out
Well,
my
it's not.
asshole.
It's less entertaining if I just say my brain exploded. It's more like picturing it blowing out the back of my skull.
That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So, Toby versus Michael, a 2-pack. Where's the serial number?
Number 2.
No, that's
no.
a 2-pack.
Number 2. There are
generally
several
they all-
two-packs.
They, like any good series, they number each and every one of them. It's got to be on the box somewhere. I'd be interested.
I'd have to check. I still have the box for him. So
Otherwise, I'd say it's a massive fail by the Pop Television Company.
this is one of the early ones, though. Very, very early.
It may,
Office.
it may be the
Funko.
7-second delay, but I still have not seen that go full screen yet.
It should.
I just see drop downs on your laptop.
Oh, you probably have the wrong screen.
No, display 1 on Cory's MacBook Air.
It should be display 2.
Oh, there's no display 2. There's only display 1.
Hang
So
on.
luckily,
Oh, are
luckily,
you
whatever
just-
you have on the
Yeah. Okay.
whatever you have on the pull down, everyone was just watching. So
I don't know what it was, but if you saw something interesting there, you'd like to make a note of it. Text us at 618-SHOCKER
Please,
Try it now.
please. There's display 2.
and ask Cory why he had a subfolder called Naked Man Asses.
Wow,
Not if there's anything wrong with it.
I was going to say, you don't have
there's
to
any-
ask. It's pretty
not if
self-explanatory.
there's anything wrong with that. There was just a
All right.
one folder called Joe.
That's a subfolder under Naked Man Asses. All right. So now we get to see, so now everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live can see Toby versus Michael, vinyl figurines en vinyle, figurines de vinyle.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. Pop Television. So dare I ask if this completes your office collection?
Oh, not even close.
No, there are that many.
There's so many.
You know you got a wedding to save for, right?
Yeah, the pop buying has slowed down ever since vacation.
I would
no.
hope that would slow down to a absolute crawl, because I don't know. Maybe we could talk following this podcast in the post episode show or a series drinking session upstairs about how expensive a wedding is.
So it's not going to stop, because if we came across something that we actually needed and we've been looking for, we're obviously going to get
We
it.
needed
But
it?
Why would you say you'd
Todd,
obviously get it?
no one asked you.
Yeah, but you
Hey,
have
why do you despair, Mr. Dillon?
you
Because
also
he's chiming in with nonsense over here.
you also have to prepare and set money aside for the drunken time that you may still continue to throw chew down my drain, and it costs $5 for a plumber, $500 for a plumber. So if that, wedding or not, I'm just saying.
I thought he was going to talk about the drunken time you'd have on your honeymoon, which is also going to cost you money, but now that's on top of what he just said.
This might be before that.
Yeah, all three of these things.
Yeah, Corey's going to have to go into witness protection.
So I've been where you were, a young man, full of promise, still,
was a long time ago.
feeling very upbeat and excited about life, and you're not married yet, but you're gonna get there, buddy, and it's gonna beat you into the ground.
Corey, it's okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
part
there.
it's part of life.
Is this still Funko This?
No, I think you guys took that away a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Funko This, Toby versus Michael.
Because I just have Corey on the screen. With
I just saw that.
Funko,
I'm like,
and it's like wedding. It's
Yeah.
gonna be okay. So
First,
continue.
first 2-pack, guys. There you go.
Yeah. So first of many 2-packs to come, then apparently.
There'll be a couple more in the future, but
So follow-up question is, what other? First of all, for people that don't watch The Office, give us a little background on what this is about.
dude, for anyone that hasn't watched The Office, I'm sure they are not listening to us right now. That's for sure.
But they might
Exactly. Shame on them.
Thank you, Todd.
be. They might be.
Have you ever watched The Office?
Continue, Corey.
I love how he's like, I've watched all sorts of stuff.
But yeah, Toby and Michael. Michael's the manager of Dunder Mifflin. Toby is the HR person in charge, and they do not see eye to eye on anything. Well, actually, Toby does, but Michael just hates Toby.
Yeah, Toby's kind of a very passive, like
Stick in the mud.
A super dork.
milk toast. Well, everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry. And Michael absolutely despises him. So this is.
But he's actually reasonable. I love Flenderson.
Yeah.
I do.
I do
Is
kind
that
of.
his last name, Flenderson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toby Flenderson. Yeah, I used to really like him until he got like super creepy with Pam, and then I was like, he's kind of a freak. And then he like hopped.
She was flirting with him. She kept flirting with him. Flenderson was in the right lane.
Hold on. Are you blaming it on the woman? Are you saying, she had it coming? She's coming on to him.
Was
she
she
deserved it.
Was she using
Is that what you're saying?
her feminine wiles?
She was. Exactly.
But when all of a sudden, like at an office thing, he just like grabs her like exposed thigh while she's wearing a skirt. Like
That was an episode?
yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of
Yeah.
creepy.
Wow.
I don't disagree. She'd been leading him on. I'm not condoning what he did, but she was flirting with him a little bit.
I thought we were
Flenderson was a good man early on.
I feel like if we had any listeners, they would think that we were a progressive podcast, which
I feel like Toby put up with a lot of shit. But to come back to Corey, to come back to you, and to come back to Funko.
yeah,
I mean,
Funko
it's
this.
Funko related.
Funko this.
It's Funko related. You brought this up. We're talking about it. What other 2-packs that you know of are out there, or that you are like actively looking for?
The next best one it's another Office one. It's actually the Scranton Boys.
What is that?
When remember when Michael and
Oh,
Dwight made the rap rap video?
the digital short or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, that's one. And of course, like right before Christmas, they had a shit ton of them at FYE. I mean, you couldn't walk through the store without tripping over one.
Of course.
And I'm like, oh, it's Christmas time. We got to get other people other stuff. So they have
gifts for family.
They have this many of them. We'll just come back and get them. And guess what? We can no longer find anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this Corey thinking about other people before himself. Our little boy's growing up.
But you have to no. He's thought about other people a lot this year. He's brought a lot of gifts to the podcast. He's brought a lot of gifts.
That is true.
To me, personally. He's bought me little Baywatch Funkos, even though I despise Funkos.
Yeah. But love Baywatch.
I do love Baywatch. I'm torn. I can be torn. Friends and Baywatch. He knows. He's trying to get me. He's trying to reel me in.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to work.
I say he's done a great job.
I'm allowing them to stay in my home. Is
See,
basically what's happening.
I'd call that a victory if I were you.
No, if I was out shopping for them, then that's a victory. But that will never happen. So, but what I want to say is also outside of The Office, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity. Two things. One, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for duos, like duo packs. One question is there a price break?
It really all depends on what TV show or what person is in the box.
But let's say the run of the mill ones are $10 a piece. Are the boxes for run of the mill ones $20? Are they $18? Like a price break
It's
because
usually about 20.
They save on packaging because they really probably kind of save a little bit. But also, the more expensive ones like $30 a piece, are they $60?
Like I said, it all depends on which ones you're looking for, but for the most part, it's pretty run of the mill. Like you're buying two separate ones.
So you have to imagine like the amount of work production wise that goes into these. Like I'm sure it's probably relatively simple, but one would think, unless they're 3D printing these, which would probably take way too long, that they're suctioning like a resin plastic into a mold. So each time that they do this, they have so many of them. Their factories have to have all these molds. And not only do they have to have all those molds, but they have to have all the different paint schemes and a machine to also paint them. So I can understand why for a while they just produce one kind or whatever for a while and then they stop. Because there's no way with as many Funkos as they have that they can swap out.
Oh no, with all of them today, there's no way that.
But imagine how many molds that they have to have for all these. And
Just a clarifying statement.
yeah.
I was in Thailand once. I got measured for a suit at 6 p.m. And at midnight, I got delivered 7 suits, a trench coat, a couple dresses for Mary, and about 25 fitted shirts, and all manner of other custom things in 6 hours. I think they could do. This is a pretty easy thing to produce, like a gazillion of these or 10 of these.
Yeah, but you're also in
Just saying.
You're also in Thailand where your dollar holds a lot of weight, and these people are used to like within an instant sewing together fabric. So
Can Cory tell me where that thing was made? Where Toby and Michael were made?
Seattle, Washington, sir.
what?
They were not.
Yes, they were. That's where the factory's at.
They were not made there.
Yeah, they were. I'll show you the box.
All right.
Okay, well, if
I'll
that's
show you
the case, Todd, you're going to have to go visit the Funko factory.
You
And
damn Skippy.
Take some,
I thought Cory was making a cross-country trip to
That's the
visit
plan.
Todd and the Funko factory. To visit the Funko factory, and while he's there,
See Todd.
possibly see Todd.
Maybe.
Yes.
if
time allows.
If I was Todd, I would beat Cory to that race. I would purchase a Funko shirt from the gift shop
And send him
And-
like a kidnap victim. Send him like pictures every day.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
Of what he's
show
missing.
the midi Todd Dillon Funko from visiting the factory because
Exactly.
they'll 3D
They'll give me the
scan you.
tour.
They'll 3D scan
do they
you
do
and
that?
make you your own. I'm sure.
They'll give me the
They
tour.
do
They
now,
know me
yeah.
around here.
I'm sure they do.
Todd,
Yep. I'll
If
be
you
there.
were to-
I'll be there tomorrow.
I was going to say, if you were to ever do that before I got there and made mine, that would be the quickest flight I ever got on. Right out to
Okay.
you.
Dude,
Quick.
I will be at the Funko factory this weekend.
You should definitely do it. Get a 3D scan Funko of you and Mary, and the next Funko segment, Funko This, can be starring
my
Todd
God.
Dillon.
That would be amazing. What if
Oh, look, he's got a little dog next to him.
Exactly.
What if he went there in a Cory mask and had them make a Funko of him in his Cory mask
Oh, dude, you know how much a Cory mask would
to
cost?
jump the line so that Cory couldn't even get one made of himself?
Don't-
Todd would already have done that.
Don't get a Cory mask.
No.
I mean, that would be pretty expensive.
And I feel like it wouldn't be that expensive.
No?
Depends on the beard. If the beard is accurate.
I mean, Todd could just go. I don't know. I don't know what he'd have to do, but it seems like it would be very labor intensive.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you when I'm there tomorrow what it is they're going to make me do to get that done.
Oh! Eat shit, Cory.
Todd, we will no longer be on speaking terms, sir.
Best day of your life, Todd.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lori just validated my assertion.
What'd she say?
all Funko Pops are either made in China or Vietnam. After the figurines are made, they are shipped to Seattle, Washington, to Funko Manufacturing Warehouse.
I hate to break this to you, but Lori is as delusional as you are, sir. So,
Oh my God.
Whoa, Lori is the voice of authority on this thing.
I'm not sure how she's the voice of authority on Funkos, but she probably is.
I'm talking about this whole podcast.
How to do a Google search?
I think I think that's either Google or Funko Science.
It could be Funko Science.
no, I told you, no more of the science shit after up north.
Existential Question of the Week.
Man, that's beautiful. Very insightful.
It's a thing of beauty.
I love the
I want it to
music.
continue forever.
Do you?
Yeah, just a loop. I should change that button to be a loop button.
I don't know why you don't.
I don't want to get kicked off my own podcast.
Oh, and that's the last time you guys ever saw Bob.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what happened. Anyway,
Okay, so Nick's existential question of the week for this week, even though we don't do it every week, we're doing it this week. So, excuse me. If you could eliminate any type of insect permanently from Earth, which one would you get rid of and why? That's this week's question. And I'll go first. And you can't copy.
Who?
You can't copy.
Oh,
No samesies. So if I could eliminate any insect from the world, I think mine would be house centipedes.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, the tiger-striped nocturnal centipedes that can get up to several inches long that race across your floor. And it doesn't matter if you're like, oh, my house doesn't have those. It does, because they come up through the water drains in your floors.
Yeah, they do.
So you could even build a brand new house that has no bugs in it, and the second you put a drainage drain in the basement, they travel from house to house. So all that shit that fucking drains down your drain, they traverse that, which also makes them very disgusting. And they have fangs, and they can bite you. Now people are like, oh, you know what? They're so wonderful, and they're predatory, and they take care of all the bad bugs. So they're great. No, you can get bitten by them, and they're hard to find. And if that doesn't make you fucking freaked out enough, they have a defense mechanism. So if you go to squash them, or if you go to grab them,
So you mean to tell me not only they can bite,
yes,
they also have a defense mechanism?
they have something other than biting as a defense mechanism.
How are you supposed to kill them?
Just listen.
Seems impossible.
fire.
So they legitimately, this is creepy enough. So they have all these legs, right? So there's
many?
So many legs.
a lot.
A lot.
So their defense mechanism is this. They are able to detach their leg if something is trying to hunt them. And the nerve endings go into a spastic state in that leg.
Which one?
What's that?
Which leg are they detaching?
Any one of
So
them.
many legs.
Any one of them they want.
At random a leg.
Yeah. So if you go to
Just
grab
one
them,
leg, though?
like a chameleon's tail that can be pulled off and they can regenerate, they can detach their leg, and that the idea is that leg falls onto the ground, which I've seen before, and it's disgusting, and it twitches back and forth like this. So
And you're bewitched by this
Yes,
leg.
the
And you
mind-
forget about.
the mindset is that the predator that's going after them, which they don't have many, will be like, oh my God,
just Nick.
what is going on with this leg? And then they're gonna run away and escape with their 1,000 other legs, you know.
I could say with 100% confidence that when I've killed them with my piece of toilet paper, that has never fooled me. Got
No.
them every time.
No, have you
You're
seen
an
the
apex predator.
Have you seen the twitching though?
Nope.
No, you have never seen that. when you
Unless I
squash
happen
them?
to look at the squashed
yeah.
bug on the piece of toilet paper. No.
Yeah. So
Kill them instantly.
I think it's more or less for smaller predators that are not human, that are just not squishing them, but they are very fucking fast.
So they lose legs. They don't go into full body lockout.
No, they lose legs.
Corey Celeste.
Now, what's it called again?
With the callback.
They're called house centipedes.
We don't have them here.
Yeah, you do. You have them.
We don't.
But that's mine. So we'll go back to the main screen and we can.
If you're new to the Schnozzcast, go back and do a search for the Body Lockout episode. You will not be disappointed. I'll say I'm going to need some help though because I don't know the name of this bug, but it's the one that at night when you have a window with the curtains up but the lights on inside and the bugs are like trying to get in.
It's a very specific bug.
It's literally like
A moth?
bing, bing. That's not a moth.
Is it a summertime thing?
It's a summertime thing.
I pulled up Google to do a search, but I don't even know where to start
I
with
feel like
that.
Nick probably knows the type of bug.
It sounds like a June bug. They have a hard exoskeleton.
That's it. Yeah.
They're harmless. You can pick them up in their hand.
But
they don't bite
against
you.
that window, they are like with all of their might, hard shells right against the window.
Because June bugs are like they're.
It sounds like someone is tapping on your window. It's that loud for such a small bug.
They're a type of beetle. They don't have a soft.
I would love it if
That
they were
drives you nuts.
eradicated from the planet. Yeah.
I love June bugs. First of all, it tells you when things are starting to warm up and summer's here.
You know what else tells you when things are trying to warm up? The warmth from the sun.
But it could be before.
Those
so
are
it could
facts
be,
that I knew without the June bugs.
They're nature's soothsayer.
They're telling me something I already knew.
Yeah, but if it's not warm yet and all of a sudden they arrive, you're like, summer's around the corner.
So they arrive before it gets warm?
Yeah, they're called June bugs. Sometimes in June, in the beginning, it's a little cold. In Michigan.
You know what? Because it's fucking June, I just assume it's going to be warm. Because it's fucking June. Now, if they arrived in
warmer than
February,
February.
I'd be like, wow, that's kind of weird. Is it going to be warm in February?
Well, you would be
You're
wrong.
the June bugs.
You would be wrong.
Yeah, fuck those June bugs.
I love them. I always grab them when I see them.
Todd, your thoughts on this matter?
So I'm going to go back to I have one true answer, but I have a close, fast follow second. The bug insect that if I could eradicate it from the earth is the flea. No, not flea. Sorry, tick. This is the one reason I'll never ever move back to Massachusetts ever again is because of the ticks.
They're lousy with ticks en masse.
They are freaking filthy beings. They live on rats, any kind of rodents, deer. They cause Lyme disease. I had one burrow into Mary's ass and I had to dig it out with the tweezers, and its head stayed behind.
Did you fight it?
Oh, I did. Dude, actually, the most sad thing that I ever did is when we first moved to Mass, I had an older dog.
Todd,
Yep.
I just need to ask clarifying question.
Yep.
How did you find out it was on Mary's ass? Did she tell you, or you found out?
Yeah,
He said in Mary's ass.
It had already burrowed itself in her. She had to get the treatment because she said she thought.
Hold on, did you give her the treatment, Todd?
No.
I was going to say, yeah. Were you giving the treatment, and was that how you found out? Like, oh, what's this mole? Whoa!
No. Mary, no, this is no lie. We were just talking about this the other day. She wasn't feeling well, and then she said she's like, my leg feels like it's going numb. I don't know what's going on. Can you? And she goes, I just have this kind of soreness on my back. Can you take a look and see if you see anything? And sure enough, there's this huge, because it already engorged itself in her butt. Basically, a tick had burrowed into her skin, and she was already having effects of this thing burrowed into her. And so I had to grab a tweezers and I tried to pull it out. And we've since learned I should have put alcohol on it or heated the tweezers up super hot so that they back out. But yeah, they're filthy little insidious. And again, much like your centipedes, if you can't step on them, they have a really hard shell, and if you try and mash them with your fingers or with paper towel, it does not work. You can't apply enough pressure. Literally, they're almost invincible, and they're just disgusting little.
So
yeah, I can't say enough about them.
A couple things about ticks. If you live in an area where you have ticks, you should probably already know about this. But if not, they make a tool. So the tool kind of looks like an upside down teardrop. It's a piece of metal, upside down teardrop hole in the middle. So you've got the normal hole, and it just kind of varies down, and that's
it's slender at the end. Yep.
Yeah, it's based on ticks of different size. So basically, what you're supposed to do is get it around the tick and spin it. The way to correctly pull it out is by spinning it. For whatever reason, their mouth can't stay locked while they're spinning.
Well, they're twisting.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Their heads do get stuck, and also since some can be small, some can be large, they often don't recommend to try and pull them out with tweezers because not only will the head pop off and it's kind of burrowed into you, which is they're nasty things.
And you can still get infected, absolutely.
Yeah, but what they've said is it by grabbing onto them and pulling, you're causing pressure, which actually causes the tick to vomit inside of you and causes even more infection. And then, of course, they can have Lyme disease and all kinds of stuff like that. So the only reason I wouldn't have said tick, because they are nasty, nasty creatures. They're like little monsters. Is I don't experience them enough where I live.
Yeah, but it's why I won't ever move back to Massachusetts or the New England area, because they're lousy with them up there. And then summers are just horrible, and they walk around your house. But let me, again, if you can humor me for just a few more seconds, the meanest thing ever, when we first moved there, we had an older dog, Bailey, our first Rottweiler. And she's getting older, so she's getting these little growths. She had this little mole thing on her face. And I'm like, she's getting like little fatty growths on her face. That sucks for my baby girl. And then like 2 days later, she had like 2 more moles on her face. And I'm like, holy cow, these are like coming up pretty quick. I know that she's old, but she's getting a mole, this big fat mole on her face, and it's gray every day. And so, no lie, like on the next day, I see like 2 more pop up, and I'm like, I'm going to pinch one of these. I pinch it off, and I see this little monster with teeth. And I'm like, no way. I had to call my boss and go, what the hell? He's like, it's a tick. Burn everything.
So I burned my house down and moved to the next town.
And that's how Mary and I moved the first time.
I did. And I moved to Washington.
Corey, what's your guess here?
I'm going to keep this very short and simple, Bob.
All right.
Mosquitoes. They're fucking annoying.
Excellent. Thank you, Corey.
Great
No problem.
pick.
We're going to take a break right now, and we're going to come back with part 2, but you don't have to go anywhere. We're going to have a little bit of music and some of our friends giving you little guilty self-advertising for the Schnozzcast while we're talking. In the meantime, get yourself something to drink, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. And welcome back to the second half of episode 132 for Schnozzcast. This is
32.
All right, Todd. All right, we're going to kick this off as we, having described the weeks that we've had, as we should, with a shot. So, if you got one, we're tipping up again. Please join us.
Tip uptown.
Whether you do or don't, we're going to do it.
Oh, Houghton Lake, baby.
So,
I got a lot of good stories from Tip Up Town.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
well, let's do a shot, and you can give us one.
I'm not ready. Cheers.
Cheers.
Machu Picchu.
You're not going to get me twice of that, Todd.
Yeah, if he squirts fucking a menagerie of Bob saliva and Fireball out of his nose and nose juice onto my carpet, I'm sending you the bill.
Nose juice. We might have the title for the episode.
Yeah.
All right. Todd,
Yep.
tip up down story.
So a long time ago, I don't know if some people who know me know that I used to work for a company called Bacardi Rum.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like being the director of tacos at McCormick, in that I basically drank as much Bacardi rum and Bacardi products as possible. And I hosted a huge kind of winter event at Tip Up Town. And we were drunk with a couple buddies, riding snowmobiles on the lake. And I had the stupid idea to try and ride across open water on Houghton Lake on a borrowed snowmobile.
Open water?
There's like a 25-foot gap in one portion of the lake that they'd roped off, that of course that had been removed. But yeah,
It was in the winter?
And Tip Up Town. Ice fishing season. There's like I said, it was a patch where the water was open, the ice had cracked and hadn't refrozen over.
And how'd that work out for you?
Like I said, it didn't end nearly as badly as it could have. But suffice it to say, there was a lot of there was a pre-fight rumble that I would have definitely deserved the ass kicking that I was about to receive. I'll just put it that way.
Okay. Was all lost with the equipment?
No. Like I said, narrowly averted.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes. I like snowmobiles.
Thank you, sir. I needed one of those. I will await next week where we can hear another one.
Sweet.
But in the meantime, what we want to do right now is just to introduce the genesis of what may be a new segment on the podcast.
Oh, I hope it'll be.
This is I'm going to defer to Mr. Nick Bader for this one because it was his brainchild. But I not only we greeted it with a hearty laugh, but a resounding yes. We should fucking do this.
Okay, so Todd, we're gonna do the vote for the Schnozzcast because we can take a vote on things like this.
Yeah, majority rules.
Even though it has to do predominantly with Cory and Danielle, this is an idea for a segment. So this segment, in light of the race to the altar, and in light of the fact that Mr. Selesky and Danielle, I found predominantly during COVID, obviously they were being quarantined, but I don't hear a lot of stories of them really having a one-on-one night together where they just go out and really spend time with each other. I feel like it's a movie on the couch, a lot of snacks, every now and then a restaurant, and I think that's about as far as it goes. So, I'm getting eyes just staring daggers into me across the room. But
look
this segment,
if you invested in it,
it's invested.
You go hard.
Yeah. So this segment I like to call Date Night or Hate Night, and I feel like that we can get some good music and some good artwork out of this. So Date Night or Hate Night is a segment where theoretically we would all have a hat or Bob's OneNote or something like that where he can in his Excel file where he can generate things at random, and we would all either ahead of time or once every time we do this, Todd, Bob, and myself would put ideas like Gentleman's Agreement that we think you and Danielle would enjoy or like, of some sort of excursion for the two of you to do until you guys get married. This would not be a weekly thing. This would be once a month. And once a month, the Date Night or Hate Night, Cory and Danielle would have to each pick something out of this hat. They can show it to each other. Yes.
I think in the interest of fairness, what we decided was
3. Is it 3?
Yeah, so we can fill the fishbowl with as many ideas as you want. Maybe between myself and Nick and Todd, we fill the fishbowl with 100 pieces of paper, each one of which has a different idea on it.
Which could easily be done.
Let's just say, yeah, totally. Just for example, and then once a month, Danielle and Cory would pick one of the two of them to be the picker from the fishbowl, and they would pick 3 pieces of paper and then read them, and they would have to choose, of those 3, they'd have to pick one.
Yep. So betwixt the two of you, you would pick these 3, and you could look at them, but only 3, and you would say, all right, go fucking golfing together. We're not doing that. Axe throwing. All right, maybe. Go out to a pier and have a picnic. You know, three different things to get you guys kind of outside of your comfort zone, because you obviously like each other a lot and you're getting married. and this would give you an excuse to go out and do something memorable. So
Spend time with the one.
spend
that
time
you're
with each other
married.
to get away
Absolutely.
from everything else going on. And you would take the other two and throw it back into the fishbowl. Then the other part of this segment that we like would be that we used to get a lot of content, a lot of GoPro content, a lot of Johnny on the Spot, a lot of Man in the Streets.
Yeah.
From Cory, and there's not a lot of opportunities to do that anymore. We did a month because, this is not going to be something that all of us can afford to do once a week. So within a month, we're not going to pick anything that's hundreds of dollars.
Enough so that if you, some of the things will be free.
Yep.
Like you go out to, as Nick said, go out to the pier and have a picnic.
Yep.
Some of the things would cost you some money. Like we're both going to go axe throwing. It's going to cost a little bit of money
$20 a piece
to
or
do
something.
that.
Yeah.
But you'll have a month to do it. You have 30 days to do it.
And then the cool part is it's going to give you an excuse because we also would charge you with the task of wearing your GoPro in some capacity, like you did at the range several times, and taking on-the-spot footage, not like a fast-track time-lapse. Like there can be time-lapses peppered in. We like that. But we want to see like, all right, here goes Danielle. This is her first time throwing the axe. And like maybe a 15-second clip of that or something, and then go back to the time-lapse. But we want you to kind of get back into that GoPro mode where either this is outside of your comfort zone, like you don't want to do it, but she does. And then maybe she picks the next one. And then bring that experience back to the podcast, and we'll post it on the Schnozzcast page.
I love it. I have one question.
Only one? I feel like Corey's got 100.
For right now.
No, I
have one quick
I only have one myself.
Okay, go ahead, Todd.
Do they allow GoPros in Chapeau Vert?
Oh no, they do not.
What does that mean?
That's what we would call a jiggly room. They do not allow GoPros in the jiggly room. Unless you know someone.
I was gonna say
Unless you know someone, you go somewhere
I know
where you
some
know
pla-
someone who works there.
I know some places that I know some people.
Chapeau Vert would probably not qualify, but there's another place.
Explain it to me like I'm five, because I don't know what
Chapeau
you're
Vert
talking about.
actually does qualify.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to bring a GoPro to Chapeau Vert, but
Hello?
No, I'm just telling you what I'm putting in the
so
fishbowl.
it's a strip club, or what the fellas would call a jiggly room.
Anyone that I've ever gone to a strip club with, I don't think would know that term.
Okay, that's fair.
They've never watched Married with Children.
Yeah.
They've never heard of cheetahs.
I mean, if you could get away.
Thank you, Todd.
That will probably be in the fishbowl. I'm just gonna say, but the odds here. But here's the great part about this segment. You guys will pull together 3 of these options from the fishbowl, and if the jiggly room is one of those 3, the point, and we're asking you guys to, you and Danielle, we're going to be asking you to offer a little bit of a very, very small, brief glimpse into the relationship by talking through which one you're going to pick on the air, like on the podcast.
Yeah, and to be fair, we have to pick things.
To be fair.
To be fair, we have to pick things that we think they both will like. And I don't know if picking a strip club would be something I think they both would like. It's not to be extremely hilarious, because the hilarity is going to come out of the fact that regardless of what we think, one of them will not like it. I mean, I think going into it, we know Danielle's not going to like going to the strip club.
I think
Hold on. Just so you know, again, as a guy who's married, I will say, as a joke, Mary and I drove by like Henry VIII Bogarts on Michigan Avenue a gazillion trillion times. And I'd always joke, hey, we should go in there for a beer. Hey, we should go in there. And Mary gave me the stink eye because she's not down with that sort of thing.
What do you know?
She's a lady.
But on trip frickin' 578, Mary called my bluff and we went into Bogarts for a drink. And by the way, while it was very uncomfortable, it was more uncomfortable for me. Because, dude, when you see 17 pregnant women on poles and you see my wife, she's looking like freaking Jessica Alba, or you name the freaking hottie,
wait.
in a desert.
Wait,
And
hold on.
So,
You have to compare your wife to pregnant women to think she's a hottie?
oh no, I'm telling you the distance between. I'm telling you the distance between.
In the moment, the disparity was highlighted.
Dude, all heads turned. I had my freaking old school 20s fight fists up. I was like, holy shit. You win, Mary. We can get and she's like, no, we're having, and Mary and I sat there for the drink. Absolutely one of the funniest married people stories ever. So you will have Chateau Vert on your list.
Yeah, I mean, but
it's good for you.
she had that option that she picked it.
Todd, and I have to call you out a little bit. You say Mary's not that into that, but I do believe there was another place in Portland that Mary also went with us.
She did. She's a gamer.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it was called Mary's Place.
Mary.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
that was because we got to witness one of the greatest things that every person should see, which
roller
is a
skating
stripper dancing on roller skates to the Legend of Zelda theme song on a very small stage.
That
to
she-
a very-
A small stage.
That she paid for.
that she paid for.
She had to go up to the jukebox and play.
It was amazing. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
To play the
Yes.
devil's advocate, if we're being fair across the board, shouldn't we also put one in there for Danielle to go to a male strip club with Cory?
Of course.
Absolutely.
If you don't think that freaking the manhole's not going to be on the list,
The toolbox.
But that is the beauty of the segment, because at some point the two of them are going to be sitting there together with three choices in front of them, and one of them is going to be the Bogarts option, and one of them is going to be the manhole option, and they're going to have to decide.
But we
They
have
got to pick one.
we have a lot of great ideas, and
Yeah.
if we do 100, the chance that there's going to be a lot of good ones. Honestly, stuff that you would
Oh,
never even
agreed.
think of.
Oh, no, I
Agreed.
put that meat right in my face.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I forgot about the Joe folder. Remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So did I.
so my only question and concern with all it, which it all sounds wonderful.
Okay.
Are you guys going to be able to come up with a time for us to do this? Because our time is already stretched very thin.
I think that
Once in
A
30
month.
days.
yeah, once in 30
All
days.
you're going to
instead
set
of-
one. Everything that we're going to do is going to require you to just set one afternoon or one evening aside.
yeah, exactly.
30
One less
days.
trip to Carl's
In
Jr.
30 fucking
No-
days,
nobody
you can do that. In
Nobody
30
says that you have to spend 5 hours at said place. You
Yeah,
go
no,
and do it and check it off the list, and it gets you guys closer. It allows you guys to have some memorable moments that you can laugh about. I mean, you can keep these close to your heart for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, we're
you
giving
can have
you- we're
kids and
giving
be
you
like,
memories.
listen, since we've had kids, we literally have no time.
That's a great point.
For the next 20 years, and I'm so glad that Todd and Nick and Bob made us go to X, Y, or Z and do this. And whatever it may, it could be. I mean, it could be something extremely romantic, and there's going to be a lot of things that you're probably going to enjoy. There's going to be a lot of things that she's going to enjoy that you never would have even thought about doing.
He's absolutely right about that kid thing. Your free time and the time for you to do things together, just the two of you, goes to almost zero.
I'm very aware.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not aware, dude. You're going to lose 17% of your just me time as soon as that freaking those nuptials are signed, or at least within 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say kids. I was going to say, Todd, you don't have much of a leg to stand on here, buddy.
Yeah. So to your only question, Cory, that's why we said once a month, because like once a week or
It'd be too difficult.
once in 30 days, it should be. If you guys without kids can't figure a way to get one night in a month for the two of you to do something other than sit your ass on the couch and watch TV, then,
But it's not like that happens often at all.
Well,
we've been out on the lake with you guys kayaking, like every other weekend for the last,
Right, but that's the thing, because it's either like we're doing stuff or I have stuff to do with her family.
So you take that time aside and you plan it, not like, oh fuck, it's been 29 days, we got to get this shit done for this date night or hate night thing. No, you plan it in advance and you set a date and you go, this is the day we're gonna do it. You're not working, I'm not working. We're gonna put this day aside. If somebody has to go kayaking, no, we're gonna spend. We can go kayaking in the morning, whatever. But at the afternoon, we're doing this.
I'll tell you this right now. A way to parlay.
Yeah.
to meet in the middle is one week for this date night, hate night to happen. You both can waive your gentleman's agreement, which allows you 4 hours of time, and that's plenty of time to do what you need to do.
I think that's
I love it.
Fantastic idea.
I love it.
You would be spending 4 hours. You would be spending 4 hours watching movies. So,
Yeah, you get a free pass that week.
That as great as that sounds to you guys, and I get why it sounds that great because you think we sit and watch them both together and like.
I know you don't. But it doesn't
no.
matter. It's still time spent. You just have to budget your time.
And because I do when I'm watching Gentleman's Agreement, it's like 2-3 in the morning. So that's a time that I'm already not going to have.
You only work 5 days a week. That means every week you get 2 days off. How you spend those 2 days completely up to you. But all we're saying is, of those 8 days a week, 8 days a month that you don't have to work, one of those days you have to take part of the day and do this thing.
3 hours, maybe. It might be less than that. It might be going to dinner somewhere.
It's not the whole one of those days. It's part of one of 8 days.
And we're not going to send Jen a wild goose chase something 2 hours away.
This is not hard to do. And if you think it's hard to do, wait until you can get married and you got kids. You'll be wishing you had those 8 days.
Not to mention we're fair. I mean, we're not saying we have to pick something and you have to do it. You guys have 3 options each time, once a month. For 30 days, you have 3 options. Like, this is doable.
Well, when it really comes down to it, you'd have to run it past her for the most part. Because
of course.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
I think she would love it.
One of the reasons why I asked you if she was coming tonight, but we'll definitely run it by her and say, here's what we're thinking about.
Yeah,
so today's just the introduction of the idea.
I mean, I can't see Danielle. She loves you to death. She wants nothing more than to be with you for the rest of her life. And for her to think that she can go out with something of her choosing and your choosing to go do something to spend even more time with you, I can't see her like saying, "Oh God, that sucks."
No, yeah, really, it's you and me that she'd rather spend less time with. I mean,
yeah,
I see you fucking assholes enough.
And
Cory, I want to spend time with.
I'll even say this: if push comes to shove, and you absolutely 1 month just cannot find a moment, then we'll give you a pass on the podcast for that night so you can go do it.
That's just asinine. That's
hold on. I get why you're saying that, but part of what and after this we should probably just move on because we spent a lot of time on a segment that we're really just introducing. But part of the genius of what I thought Nick's idea included was the fact that I know how you love to put video clips together. I know that you've been a GoPro aficionado for many years and been doing a lot of clips outside of the podcast, just on your own. Family get-togethers, birthday parties, pool outings, shit like that. You like to do that stuff. And this is an opportunity for you to take your experience and go, okay, what have they done on other podcasts? Whether it's Drew and Mike, whether it's Dave and Chuck the Freak, whether it's Conan doing like Beyond Borders, whether it's any of those things where they do like a man on the street type of thing, which is really what this is, and record it and take that footage and put it together in any way you want, and you have a whole month to do it. It could be a mix of, quick time-lapse shit through things that are kind of tedious and then focusing on, like, let's say we send you bowling and you want to catch Danielle and Danielle happens to throw, a strike to win the game and you caught it right there. And you can splice that shit at however you want in a very short, like, let's say 3.5 minutes or less video.
I get the idea and all that, and it's a great idea, but I would not throw away a podcast night to do that. So
then you are going to need to work with her to budget your time. So when you draw the thing, you should not be drawing the thing going, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's the one we picked of the 3, and then forget about it for 3 or 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden you got to do it, because that is not the point of this thing. The point of it is a couple.
I got it.
Plan it, put it out. Yeah. I feel like she'd agree with me. Like, yeah, we need to let's pick a night, pick a day when we're going to do this.
Yeah, and when you guys can talk to her about it, that would be the one to give you the go ahead for it. So I was gonna say it sounds like a fine idea to me.
All right.
So that all being said,
So
Jesus Christ.
we just got a text on the shocker line
Did we?
from Mr. Scotty Ward. He said, you guys look a little bit more in depth than I would have. Very cool idea, though. If Danielle would have been on last week when I called in, I was going to suggest that each week that they chronicle one of their tasks that they accomplished in planning for their wedding. Examples: set the date, book a church, find a honeymoon destination, secure a flower girl, ask a best man, order flowers, etc. Then it would be neat to go back and look at each week after they were married to see the progress and the flow of planning.
So Scotty Ward is saying he already beat you to your own idea, huh?
No. His is just focused on planning the wedding.
I think that's kind of what he was saying, though. I think he said, Nick, I already got you, buddy.
If you didn't say it, it didn't happen. Sorry.
That's what I was looking for. Okay.
I actually thought about that, but
We got 3 people now. 3 people that have already thought about my idea.
Exactly.
No. Your idea was not that idea. That idea was different. But I
So
thought
not
about that
original.
idea, and that's a lot of pressure. I feel like women, prospective brides, are put under a lot of pressure to do all of the things that Scott just mentioned, and to have to report that back to a podcast with her fiance's jackass friends is probably not something she wants to do, and I cannot see her ever getting on board with that. Nor would I even suggest mentioning it to her.
Not to mention, there's, I would assume, a lot of women that are like, "Hey, this is my wedding."
If we had a big female following,
I don't.
friends of Danielle's who always watch the podcast, I'm sure they'd be like, "Yeah, it's a great idea. We'd love to help. We'd love to get the save you from sending us a text every week, telling us, hey, how's things going?"
So we're already
we don't.
a little late into some of the things, but like I say, she did actually go and ask the girl that she was going to ask to be her maid of honor.
Okay.
And I told him, like, record it. So you want me to record? I'm like, yeah, I do. So next week we can bring that up, and we can start with that.
Sure.
Of her doing that, and because like I said, some stuff has already happened. Like me talking to you and Nick and Joe and everyone. So I don't have that on video, but yeah, we can start with
Probably
that
for
and
the
see how that goes.
Well, that's not the segment, but we can definitely bring it on the podcast.
Yeah.
It'll to kind of start the segment. Well, let's start with the stuff.
It's not the segment, but
Okay,
we can.
well, I got
we can
that,
start
but-
bringing the video on. That would be cool. I think a lot of people would appreciate that.
So all right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
I think it's super cool.
I'm just excited it wasn't dismissed out of hand. I feel like it was a major win.
He would love it. I know he would. It's not. It's out just a hair outside of his comfort zone, but at least he has a choice. If we were telling Cory what to do, he would not like it. If we were saying it was once a week, he would immediately veto it.
Yeah.
But I also think she'll like it. And if there's a small chance that she doesn't, then we scrub it. But I think it would be looking at the actual segment. The segment is not any sort of punishment or to get you guys to spend any kind of money. The segment is to give you guys memories. And there are a lot of people out there that listen to us that may not be in our Facebook Live, and this is a part of their day. You know, this is friends of mine that have reached out that live out of state. They're like, yeah, I don't do the Facebook Live, but I always listen to you guys. And there are some women that listen to us, and this is a fun topic for both guys and girls. And there are a lot of there's a lot of women that get very excited about planning weddings. So I think this is a moment for you guys to create some memories and to give other people ideas of things to do. So I think it's a win all the way around.
Yeah, I think we may be underestimating the interest that our audience, small though it may be, has in, that we've been, this is episode 132. We've been publishing episodes for quite a while, and you guys have been dating for a long time. And if there are followers out there who are in France or in Russia or in Canada and they follow us, they've gotten to see you guys are now engaged.
What is this X-throwing that you speak of?
You've got an impending wedding, and it's something that, even people who don't even follow us yet today may follow us and then catch up with it. And your romance is a thing of interest. I mean, it's very interesting.
Of course, absolutely, 100%. I mean, that's
and something to be celebrated. So
Can I sweeten the pot a little bit more?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Bring it.
Anything you draw out of the fishbowl that's mine, I'll actually pay for the entry fee if there's an entry fee. Or
Oh,
shit.
wow. Things just got
Entry
serious.
fee.
That is,
Things just got serious.
Corey, that's huge. That
well,
is
and your
huge.
first table dance.
Oh, well, now, hang on. All right, Todd, now you got my ear.
Yeah. Danielle's going to be all over this now. We're in.
No, but I actually have a couple really cool places in Detroit that likely, if you're not in the know, you haven't been to, that are gems. And again, it's
I'm
the
pretty in the know,
places.
Todd.
Todd, you and I and Nick are going to have to talk offline because
Yep.
he and I circled back on this when he first had the idea, and we threw a lot of things back and forth at each other. So I think the very nature of the type of things we can put in this fishbowl are not yet clear to you. And as a threesome that are going to be populating the fishbowl,
That sounds spicy.
Menage.
should have said a trio.
Is that in the fishbowl?
Mistake.
I
We need to talk.
Okay. I said, I'm excited about this. I actually, like I said, I do think that at least one or two kind of totally off-bound things will be good. Because actually, at the end of the day, I still look back on that Bogart story, and it's such a funny thing because Mary called me.
Always comes
She
back
called
to
my
Bogarts.
bluff. Yeah, Bogarts, Michigan Avenue, Inkster, Michigan.
I
Do you get your dirty on?
Toddley, I would even
Toddley.
yeah, I would even go as far to extend the gentleman's agreement, which means when you have to, or the gentleman's agreement clause that we have, where if you have to pay for something that you absolutely despise, that we cover the cost.
Like it.
So
Although
I
you can't get 17 naked pregnant lady dances and then bill TD.
No, nothing like that. But if it's something that's $40, let's say we'll do a $50 cap or something like that.
I'm in.
That they do, that one of us gives them, and they absolutely both despise. I would cover.
First
I
of
would
all,
help cover the cost.
I would hope we're not putting shit on there that we think both of them are going to hate.
No, we don't.
No,
But
not at all.
If that were the chance, if there was a chance that they were like, this is a waste of our
Yeah,
time,
absolutely.
waste of our money.
Well, then they're just not going to pick it. It's going to be one of the three things that they pull, and they're going to throw it back in the fishbowl.
Yeah, but
let's
she
say-
could go to Henry VIII and have high expectations, and then it falls through.
But that's not my
Middle Belt, Michigan Avenue.
I don't.
Inkster, Michigan.
Todd, I have high expectations every time I walk in that place.
They should
I'm
be
always
able to
let
make
down.
the most of that experience, and through this challenge, make it into something that at least will be memorable, if not enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more joking about that, but I have some great ideas from the places when I get back to Detroit, when I get away on my own that I love to go to.
Yeah. Speaking of that, when is that going to happen?
Soon, baby, getting it planned.
All right. Keep us posted, sir.
Soon.
All right, Nick. Let's get into gentleman's agreement.
You got it, brother.
Corey.
Gentleman's agreement. Well, I don't have any music for it, so I
I'm working on
That's-
it.
don't really know what to do. So
I'm dancing to it though.
put up the signage.
Exactly.
Oh, it's the MF and Gentleman's Agreement. Oh, done.
I'm clipping that out.
No,
I'm putting it on a button. That's going to be it until we get an official one. That's it.
No.
I like it.
Too late. I already got
love
it on tape. Corey,
Love it.
Back on June 19th, you got to sign Condor. Did you do that review already?
No, I didn't. Because
Okay.
I forgot when we were up north and everything. I forgot about Condor, so I got two assignments last week.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watched both.
Condor and Lost.
Yes.
All right, so why don't we start with Condor?
Well, I wanted to start with that one because I was going to say let's go with it. It's kind of the lesser of the two in a way.
Sorry, which one are you going to start with?
Because Lost
Condor.
sucked. He wants to talk
No,
about
no,
how much it
I'm
sucked.
saying
The
the
one
less,
I'm asking to start with.
yeah, the
He's
lesser. That's
agreeing to start with. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Todd, I was only able to get episode 1 and 2 on Amazon. The other week I had to sign up for Epics or some shit, and I'm like,
For
Not
which
doing
one?
it.
For what show?
Condor.
I signed you that. I did. Never
Yes.
mind.
You did.
So, first 2 episodes, absolutely amazing. It's like a mash between like Jack Reacher and I don't know if you guys ever watched Burn Notice.
Yeah.
Oh, Burn Notice is an amazing
I
show.
have not. Although I heard, isn't Bruce Campbell in Bird Notice?
Yes.
I love Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell. Okay.
But it's been done before. I will definitely say that. But
Absolutely. But done well.
but it is done well, and there's some other things that tie into the story that haven't been done in every other, spy espionage movie, as I would kind of classify it. But dude, I will definitely be watching more episodes of it. Like I said, I got the first 2 on Amazon Prime, but the other ones on Epix, like I said, I had to sign up for this and that. I'm like, I know it'll be out again on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
But the first two episodes, absolutely amazing, and it's something I'm going to definitely continue watching.
Cha-ching. I did good.
Yeah, I mean, even the actors in it. There's not too many very well-known people in it, but they hit the nail on the head with what they're going for. So, very, very well done casting.
All
right, and then last week you got assigned Lost.
Yes.
By Nick.
Nick assigned me 2 more episodes of Lost, and I will tell you what, I've been very excited about this all week because I wanted to come here and tell my buddy about my experience with Lost.
I'm sure.
So you gave me those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But as committed as I am, and as much as you hooked me with this, for the last week, I have watched over 38 episodes.
Get the fuck
Lost?
out of here.
I have.
He's binged it.
Out of here.
He's binged it.
Wait, 38. That's like 2.5 seasons.
1.5 seasons. It's 25 episodes a season.
Are you serious?
Wow.
You're fucking
So
with us.
because
I'm not. I can show you my Hulu account.
Why did you watch all those episodes?
Because he's hooked.
Because I wanted to do it in spite for the time that I got here to tell you I still fucking hate the show. It's stupid.
So you wanted to watch 38 episodes so you could say you hated it?
I did.
Okay, well you couldn't have
You
hated
could have done
it
that
much.
with just the 2 he was assigned to, and saved yourself the
Nope.
trouble.
I
Because
really dove into it, Bob.
If careful listeners remember, he only needed to watch these 2 episodes.
Yeah, and we
then
had a big debate.
None of us could ever assign it to him again. He was done
Yeah.
with Lost forever.
Oh, now
So
he's
he
done
just
forever.
He just wasted 36 more episodes
No,
of his
you're
time.
viewing this on the wrong lens, Bob.
Why?
Cory just went boom shakalaka. Dude can't even say the Lost can't even be the title of anything assigned to him anymore, being that he freaking watched all these episodes.
No,
He's like,
that's what I'm saying.
still
It
hate-
couldn't before.
Yeah,
He wasted his time.
It couldn't after 2
no,
hours.
It was a giant waste of his time.
He
And
went
also-
hard to
and-
the. Do
and
you have to
also-
break the glass?
I mean,
No.
it's
Cory
spite.
did.
I get it.
And
but
also he threw out the window that he doesn't have any personal time because he spent a work week watching
true.
Lost.
yeah.
That's true.
Again,
But he did boom
that was-
shakalaka you.
That was
at 3 in the morning.
at
Yeah.
1 a.m. in the morning, or when I was sitting at work and I had it playing on my phone. I could listen to it in my headphones.
So there
Is
had
it 1
to-
a.m. in the evening?
I'm sorry, but there's
Yes.
there's no spite that I can believe that allowed you to last through 38 episodes.
I can show you the Hulu account, buddy.
No. I believe.
He just let it run while he's on a crapper.
I believe that you're watching it, but Lost has, with a lot of people, a very love-hate relationship. There's a lot of people that hate it but keep watching it.
That's Cory.
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you one of the big reasons why.
Okay.
First of all, fucking polar bears.
I know I thought that was stupid too.
Yeah, I think my dinosaur extravaganza would have been even better.
No, there's a payoff. You had to watch 64 episodes to get to the payoff. Of it.
Oh, that's not happening because I was done as of coming here.
Because you're a quitter. I mean, if you really cared, you'd go 64 episodes, and then you get the payoff. You're like, oh, got it. Polar bear makes sense.
Polar bear boars. What it? And even Hurley, which by the way he's not funny. Nothing he says in the show is funny.
I didn't
Go
think
fuck yourself. I love Hurley.
you love Hurley.
It was dumb
Yeah.
as shit.
Hurley. I felt was kind of a bad.
It was really stupid. Like I said, I remember when it first came out and it was big. I was like, oh, Hurley's hilarious.
Everyone thought so. There was Cory. There was actually a thing where people, when it came out, I didn't watch it when it came out, but there were people that had
I
lost
did.
parties, and every time Hurley would say "dude," they'd drink because he says
Absolutely.
it like 100 times.
The recap of her. So what's the dude count from this episode?
Okay, but that's not him being funny.
No, I didn't think Hurley was funny.
No, he wasn't like hilarious comic relief. But
I think as a person,
It's either
actually,
funny or not funny.
I think as a person on the island, he was kind of milquetoast, and he wasn't anyone that really got into a fight with anybody. I agree with that. I don't think he was the greatest actor.
Hey, fellas, I want to put a pin in it right here, and I'm really sorry. Todd is telling us on the chat that it's getting worse. The static's getting worse.
Yeah, I just saw that.
So what is the fix here? Is the fix to tell anybody who's listening that we're going to drop off and start the stream again, and they could jump right back in?
Fix that.
It's not unlistenable, but it is getting worse.
That's because you're pulling. Yeah, that's pulling way too hard.
That's what happened last time. Last time was we just shut down Switcher and we came back and it was fine.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many people are in the room, but
4.
4.
And I'm one of them.
Yeah,
and I'm one of them.
Nick's probably another one. Corey's probably another one. So there's somebody else. So
Joey just popped in, either Joey, Gina, or Lori.
all right. So anybody who's in the room right now, what we're going to do is we're going to stop right now. We're going to drop the room and then start it right back up again and come back in. So please stick with us on Facebook. Watch for the refresh it. We'll refresh the live stream and come back in. Please come back in and join us.
We'll be right
take
back.
a break. All right. Thanks for sticking with us. Hopefully you made it back. So, Cory, is that pretty much it for the Lost review? I don't want to assume that you had more to say, but
Oh no,
maybe you did.
I do.
Okay.
So the polar bears, like I said, Hurley even mentioned it. Oh, it would have been better if it was a dinosaur. I think that was the only funny thing he said that I've seen so far from what I've watched. And then the point I was like really kind of done was when they introduced Michelle Rodriguez. Can't fucking stand her. She's a terrible actress.
Is that
Anna Lucia.
Anna Lucia?
Yeah, and then like. Then you can tell they're starting to try to stretch the show out already in season 2. It wasn't bad enough that they introduced every person on the island basically, and they all have a side story of while they're on the island. But then they also go into the personal life of prior to them coming onto the island. So you're trying to keep like 9 stories together of all these people and all their personal lives and what they have going on the island.
Yeah, but it should be easy if you're watching 38 straight episodes.
It's not worth it. And then in season 2, they're like, oh, we're going to bring the other side of the island that just got found, and we're going to introduce you to all of them. They're going to have side stories, and then they're all going to meet, and then you're going to have all these 18 different stories. And
you got 3 side stories. You got Anna Lucia, Mr. Echo, and
dude, every single person.
Libby. That's it. You got 3 side stories.
They go into Hurley's personal life.
No, Hurley was on the main.
Go into John Locke's personal life.
No. You're saying from the other side of the island.
Oh yeah.
That there's only 3 people from the other side that matter.
There's another side story.
That's all
On the first side, which is Desmond Hume, brother.
Well, Desmond Hume wasn't on the other side of the island.
No, he wasn't.
He was always down in the
I'm just
hatch.
saying they didn't need to bring more people into it. They already had enough going on.
Oh, they totally did.
No,
They totally did.
So as of
Lost.
I'm done.
That's
today.
I can't ask.
You could have been done after 2 hours.
If you had said I watched 1 more hour and still
couldn't do it. Yeah.
I would have said that you were the man, the myth, the legend. But it's almost like you're just trying to punish yourself watching that many if you didn't like it because you didn't. You didn't have to go beyond 2 hours because your agreement was completely fulfilled. The contract after that point had been satisfied.
I know. I just really wanted to drive that point home.
Okay.
Well, you hurt yourself more than you hurt anybody.
Well played, sir.
Boom, shakalaka.
But you definitely don't like. There are a lot of people like with. I like to compare it to like cilantro. There are a lot of people that love it. There's a lot of people that hate it. There's people that say it tastes like soap. There's people that are like, oh my God, put cilantro in everything. Lost is one of those things. Seinfeld is one of those things. People.
I put it on my McCormick tacos.
You're not getting the job.
I want to see a video off between Nick and Todd for the director of taco relations.
I know you do.
I honestly do feel though that would be a better title for the episode. Director of taco relations.
Yeah. It's funny because you come up with like one at the beginning, and then there's always one that trumps it, and you're like,
this is going to be a toss-up. I mean, but it has to happen organically. Like, I can't go like, hey, guess what's going to be at the title of the episode?
No.
And then I say it for the first time. Like, that's stupid. I would never do that.
And then I don't know if you've ever noticed, too, what rarely ever happens is when Bob says, oh, that's the title during the episode, once he goes back and re-listens to it, it's always something different.
Never the title.
Yeah.
But he knew. He brought this.
That's not
he
true.
brought this title in.
No, I'm not saying never. Yeah, you have before.
Yeah,
but
maybe not all the time. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of times where you try to mark it on the episode, and it's not that title.
I like when the title is not something that I said, because if I'm
you
doing
did say
the
it.
choosing, well, in this case,
You brought this topic up.
right. But then you said something else earlier that will probably trump it, because I'll be like, okay, I didn't say that. That's a better option. Like the title for the last episode I just published is Little Grandfather. I had like 5 different titles, but I picked that one because I didn't say it.
Cory is a little.
And I'm like,
grandfather.
it's the best. And the other thing is, like, of all the choices I could have for the title of the episode, which is the one that would probably never be said again?
Taiwanese tortoise.
Which is why I haven't picked Taiwanese tortoise, because
That's been said
I feel like
every
you're going
week.
to say it every week. But something like Little Grandfather, I'm like, that was like lightning in a bottle. Like, that may never be said again, and I should probably take advantage of
It's
the
said a
fact
lot
that-
already now.
Only because
Because you're talking about it. Yeah.
All right. So back to gentleman's agreement. Finally, Mr. Todd Dillon.
Yeah,
You got to sign Tom Segura Ball Hog by Cory Slesky.
I did.
30-second
I'm giving-
synopsis. Go.
Solid C-. Funny comedian. Again, I would watch him again. It's funny. I was trying to figure out who he reminded me of. He's like a little bit of Louis C.K., not as filthy dirty. Observational, just his life. I think it's pretty. The funny thing is the 2 best bits of that Ball Hogs show specifically were the fact of how judgmental we are in the country, where he told the story about he walked into a bar across the street from the set he was working, and there was an ugly woman diddling herself at the bar, and so he tried to get the bouncer to actually get her to stop. The bouncer wouldn't do it, and the little hostess lady went up there and got her to stop, and he's like, "Hey, they didn't throw her out?" And he's like, "If that was me, an ugly guy, they'd have freaking thrown me out and barred me forever." He does observational humor. I did a shitty rendition of his joke. He had me laughing a couple of times, but never like so laughing so loud that I thought I was going to pass out. He's a good a milder version of Louis C.K., I think. C-.
All
All right. Yep.
Cory, perhaps if you tried a little harder.
No, Todd will now be assigned some of his other stuff to experience the full view on Tom Segura.
All right.
And it's not a terrible review, so I'll take that.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, you watched
welcome.
36 episodes.
I watched all 7 of Tom Segura's specials. Sucked.
Out of spite. Spite.
Nick Bader, I assigned you Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Dun 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 dun. Yep. Yes, you did. And I
30-second synopsis.
no, get out of here.
What do you mean, get out of here? There's got to be somebody listening to us from some other small, undeveloped country who's never seen it before.
So the 30-second synopsis is it's an Indiana Jones movie about what is he, a geologist, paleontologist, professor, archaeologist, one of those ologists.
Paleontologist.
Yeah. I thought he was a paleontologist.
Ophthalmologist.
You shut your dirty mouth.
He's an archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
And he goes looking for different artifacts, and basically turns into a superhero and
He's a proctologist.
fights off colon cancer, fights off different bad guys, and a lot of cool things happen. But my synopsis of it as a whole would be that I remember it like somewhat from my childhood. But I did not remember many details from it. It was, when you're younger, watching something like that, you don't really take away too much. But I really liked it. I think the one thing that I don't like, and that's only because of it was a sign of the times. I feel like it could have been really like if the movie was done today, it would be much more serious and undertone. And there were a lot of, he punches a guy in the face and the guy, whoa, like falling off of a truck, very dramatically. That kind of stuff kind of fucked with me in the movie because there was so much cinematics to it and things that they put together to make all the environments so believable. And a lot of special effects for the time. So as we know, like back then, it wasn't CGI. It was, if it was a giant monster or spider or something like that in one of the tombs chasing him, like it was things that they put together, kind of like Jurassic Park. So that was super cool. But the things I didn't like was some of the hokey aspects, of him fighting someone off the side of a truck. And the person sees like a tree limb coming, and he's like, "Gah!" and he pushes him, and the guy, gets decapitated or something like that. Like, that's not going to happen, In like a Jason Bourne movie or something.
That's not going to happen.
In a Jason Bourne movie or something, you just see the raw, real life.
That's a sign of the time.
Kill
for
scene.
Sure.
Yeah, I think back in the 80s,
they didn't do kill scenes.
They found that funny. Like, but there was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood for an Indiana Jones flick that had some hokey aspects to it because I don't think they're bad actors. I just think back then people were like, oh, that was so funny. Like that was like a comic relief, to the movie.
Yeah.
Because most of the movie was very serious. And the only like try to be comical moments were like someone getting killed or someone getting thrown off of a vehicle or something like that. And it was just, to me, stupid because it was like you tried so hard, George Lucas, with all these special effects and predominantly the movie being 75 to 85% serious.
It was actually Spielberg who directed it.
Well, George Lucas had a part as well.
He helped to write it, but Spielberg directed the whole thing.
Yeah. And so to add that, for me was kind of underwhelming. And but I think that was the audience they were playing to at the time. I think people enjoyed that shit back then because, that was right off, I'm assuming, around the time or off the cusp of things like The Goonies, where, even a serious action movie had a little bit of comic relief.
Yeah.
When he found the guy, I had to look twice because I didn't even know what it was, but there was basically a guy that he was looking for this amulet or this gold thing, this gold artifact, and the guy screwed him over, and he's jumping over this spot in the temple where he was supposed to swing over it with a rope, and the guy cut the rope and took the amulet. He's like, "Oh, throw it to me." So he throws it to him, and he's like, "See you later, Indy." And he takes off running. Well, there's different portions that Indy was taking this guy through, who was like a local guide, where spikes come out of the wall and stuff. So Indy somehow, as the temple's like breaking apart and breaking down, jumps over it, makes himself without the rope, climbs back up, and he goes past this guy, and he ends up seeing that the guy obviously at that point
forgotten about the spikes.
Yeah, didn't have Indy, forgot about the spikes and stepped on the wrong thing and got impaled by all these spikes. So it was clearly not the guy. It was like a dummy that they painted to somewhat look like this guy with spikes through him. And it looked so fucking cheesy and corny. Like, at first I was like, who's that? Like, what is that supposed to even be? Because it was like this like side.
You didn't know it was the same guy who said like,
no, it was this
adios, senor.
No, it was this like side-eyed like doll like that they just took and like we're like, oh, this guy was Mexican, so we'll give him some Hispanic colored skin and black hair, and everyone's gonna think it's that guy dead.
Yeah,
and
what's that look like?
It just looked like a dummy with slightly darker skin and black hair. It looked nothing like the guy. It was like, oh, we'll put him in the clothes and give him black hair, and everyone's going to think this guy's just dead. And it just looked so crazy, like it didn't look anything like him. So when he was like, adios, and
Sapito.
like, walks past him, I'm like, oh, that's supposed to be him? Like, but at the time, it was probably like groundbreaking,
Cutting edge,
They're
yeah.
probably like, "Oh my god, that's so gory! That's him."
Do you know who the actor was who played that guy?
Of course not.
That's Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus in the first Spider-Man movie. He's been in a ton of He's been in a ton of movies. That was his first movie.
He was Captain Flibbity Flop in the Jimmy Job movie.
Arguably the second most famous person in that movie after Harrison Ford.
Yeah, well, I don't know him, and I don't know his name, and I don't know the movie you're talking about.
And I don't care for him.
I've never seen Spider-Man.
I
don't know this spider person that you're talking about.
But somewhere in like
Spider-Man.
somewhere in a Steven Spielberg storage unit, there's this fucking impaled dummy that looks nothing like this guy.
Probably, yeah.
It's probably on the set at Universal.
Yeah.
Could be.
So, but all in all, for the time, I'm sure it was amazing because it was really cool.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
The environments.
And I'm only going on and on about this because this is literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, dude, your dog's name is Indiana.
Yeah.
So, and you dressed up like it for Halloween. So,
I just had some khaki pants and a hat. So,
you were dressed as Indiana Jones, is what you told me.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
You had a whip.
I didn't say the costume was any good. Do you think I actually had a whip?
Yeah.
No. What was your favorite part?
Oh, you said you were whipped at the time. I think that's what it was.
Always whipped. Always be whipped.
No, my favorite part of the movie, I think, was when they were descending into
the Well of the Souls.
Okay, dude, you know the movie a little too well. No pun intended. But when he was descending into, I think 2 parts. One was super cool when he like secretly dropped into one of the tombs and had to hold up the staff to make the sun align. Right. I think that was really fucking sweet. The way it aligned, if you were at the sun, he found out by reading these maps and all these old hieroglyphs that if you screwed on this amulet to the staff, the amulet had a crystal in it, and at a certain point there was a small opening inside the tomb, and the light would come through, and at only a certain point in the day, and he had to do all these equations to find out what point in the day it was, and no one else knew. It was called like the map room, and they had all these small little tiny buildings set up that looked like that portion of Egypt or wherever they were. And the amulet, once the sun hit it at exactly 9:30 in the morning, if you had this amulet, if you had the sun just right, it would illuminate where the treasure was on the map room. And he was able to figure that out. So I think that was probably the coolest point. But I think the second part that I thought was super cool is when he was descending into the tomb that he found from the amulet and the staff. And there were just live snakes everywhere. I mean, they must have had hundreds and hundreds of snakes and I feel like they were called asp snakes.
Asps.
Which are, very dangerous. But
you go first.
Snakes.
Asp snakes, and which actually, if you look up, encompasses a large variety of snakes in the Nile region that are venomous. So which is why you saw cobras and you saw the actual asp snake, but that was also pretty cool because I feel like at the time they really didn't have the technology to superimpose that. You could see that Harrison Ford was very close to actual cobras in that scene.
I have a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to watch another Indiana Jones movie ever on your own?
Yeah.
Really? You liked this?
I did like it. Yeah, I did. I thought I'm not going to hold because of the times. Like if it completely suffocated the movie, like some of the stuff Bob's giving me, like some 1950s, like why I oughta, that kind of shit from the 60s. Like if it takes over the whole movie, then it's unwatchable.
What did I give you that was a why?
I forget what it was.
Oh, Raging Bull.
No, there was
Pink Panther.
Yes, God, that was horrible.
All right.
But no, I would definitely watch it. I would watch it again.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that. All right, so to round it out, I had the Ice Road assigned to me by Cory.
That was me.
Oh, damn it!
I was going to say,
Are you serious?
was
it really?
I was just looking at my notes. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I
thought it was
that.
Cory. I swear. I apologize, Todd. I could have sworn it was Cory.
It's all right.
So Todd,
I feel like I'm going to get a D-.
Todd gave me the Ice Road, and I'm going to give it a solid D-. What can I say? Liam Neeson. I love Liam Neeson. He's been in tons of incredible movies. At some point after his wife tragically passed away, God rest her soul, he experienced like a renaissance in film where he just became this like badass that made films like Taken and whatever that movie was, like Taken on a Plane, and the movie where there was
Snakes on a Plane.
taken
No, Samuel L.
on a bus. But this one, man, he's playing this local yokel guy who's a expert ice road trucker, who's called in to save. There's a mine in which there's an explosion and workers are trapped, and they need to get some drilling tools there to the site to free the miners. So they need to get a trucker there, but it's off season and they can't get anybody. But Liam Neeson says, "Fucking A, I'll take it." And but it's not as simple as that, because there's people who don't want the miners to be rescued, and so I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but that's all I'll say.
Fishburne was in it.
Lawrence Fishburne,
and I fell in love.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the little brother, and that's what hooked me. That's why I signed it. Truly, I figured I'd get a D-, but the little brother.
Why did you sign something to me that you figured you'd get a D- for?
Because I did like. At the end of the day, I can't say that I liked the movie. I mean, it was they got lazy in the writing. There's a couple of those things, but at the end of the day, I walked away feeling good.
You know what? It's Liam Neeson, so I suspended disbelief for so long, and I'm like, you know what? No, this movie's going to turn around. Like, it's Liam Neeson. There's no way. I'm already like an hour and 20 minutes in. I'm like, okay, this movie's got to turn around at some point, and it just never did. And it was like somebody said, "Hey, we're going to do. We've bought all these trucks, and it's really cold, so we think we're going to shoot a movie. You want to play the guy who sits in the cab? We're just going to shoot you, never actually on the ice, but actually pretending to drive a truck, and you're going to be that guy." And he's like, "You know what? If you can pay me this much, I'll do it." And they're like, "Done." and he never had to go outside, and he sat in the cab of a truck and pretended like he was driving. And
he went into the lake, Bob.
Dude didn't go into a lake. Okay. The end of the movie was really was the capper that made me go like, fuck this movie. And I realized for the first time that Liam Neeson will slum for a movie. I did not know that until this movie. And so I guess if anybody's listening and paying any kind of attention and puts any stock into any of these reviews that we do, I'll just say probably avoid the ice road. I'd like to think that every week we try to bring you some genuine reviews of movies we watch, and we should be recommending the movies that are really good that we discover, and the ones that aren't, we should be telling you, fucking watch out, man, because this isn't worth your time.
It's a certain taste.
I'm going to say this shouldn't be worth your time.
That's fair.
This should not be worth your time.
Yeah.
The little brother's awesome, damn it.
All right. So real quickly before we got a shot sitting here, but before we do that, I have already done the random algorithm, and I have drawn Cory. Cory has drawn Todd. Todd has drawn Nick, and Nick has drawn me.
By the way, I almost just threw up in the bathroom.
Why was that?
Because there was a gray hair stuck to the toilet seat that could not have come from me. It either came from Bob or Cory's leg.
I have not used that bathroom in over
Cory!
It's a knee hair.
I will say it was not corkscrew in nature, so...
Well, that's something.
Then it was a knee hair.
Okay.
That's something. And now it's captured for the internet for all time.
Thank God.
Okay, so everybody get their who they've got, and then we'll do the shot. I have Cory. Cory's got Todd. Todd's got Nick. Nick's got me.
Cool.
All right, so while everybody's thinking about that, we're going to do one more shot before we bring this thing to a close. I think I really want to do Pick of the Week.
Okay.
But let's do the shot first. Todd, you joining us?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Let's go. Unscrew that top. Here we go.
Oh, that sounded sexual.
Not the first time he's told me that.
Georgia bitches. Machu Picchu.
All right. Corey.
Cool.
Yes, I have Todd.
Corey, I'm going first.
Oh, you're going.
I have you.
Wow.
I
Screw that top.
I think this is going to be an easy one because I think we talked about this a week or two ago. Uncut Gems.
I have not seen it.
Let's go with that one.
Okay.
That'll make it easy. So I'm putting that in one note, so that means that you have Todd.
Todd, this is actually kind of lines up perfectly because now that we're stuck on Tom Segura. But have you seen anything by Bert Kreischer?
I don't know.
I'm going to say it's a no.
All right.
I know. I know that I've heard his comedy. I mean, but again, I don't know if I've seen his special. But I can't pick one.
Then you have Bert Kreischer, The Machine.
Got it.
That's on Netflix.
Got it.
So Bob just gave me a Dearborn Brewing Company beer to try, where they actually hand tick the labels with what kind of stout or what kind of ale that they have. So this is an ABV of 8.5%, 10W40 stout.
There you go.
I didn't name it.
Can you put that in a lawnmower?
Oh, you probably could. You could probably use it to.
You're thinking about 10W30. Corey.
That's gonna be chocolates and coffees, baby. That's going to be good.
It's
not bad. It's a little
It's heavy.
thick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get through this whole can tonight.
So
but,
more chocolate than coffee.
Tonight? You're gonna save that for tomorrow?
no, it's going to go right in the garbage.
Just imagine-
when I'm tired of it.
Imagine if you were spooning a nice
Sorry,
chocolate ganache into your mouth and finishing it with that 10W40.
Sorry, Mom. I'm not going to get through the rest of this.
Oh, God.
All right. So, Todd, you've got Nick.
I do. Have you seen Man on Fire?
Come on, Todd.
Whenever I hear like somebody's got Nick and then they say a movie, I just start typing because I know he has.
I love when they ask me. They're like, "Have you seen?" And I'm like,
He's trying to be a gentleman. He's trying
Okay.
to give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, there's no benefit to give.
But when I say a thing like, "Oh, have you seen it?" He's like, "Bob, come on." Anyway,
No, I definitely have not seen that.
all right,
I like it.
I haven't seen it.
I like it. I think you'll like it.
Nick, you got me.
Bob, you got Prank Encounters on Netflix.
Prank Encounters.
Yep. It's a show put on by Stranger Things, Gaten Matarazzo.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yep. And it runs parallel with something that you would know that probably only other person would know this would be Todd, but a show called Candid Camera back in the day.
Yeah.
I know what Candid Camera is.
Something very similar to that.
I love how when no one knows that they're like, "You old fuck." No one knows that but you because you're so fucking old. But when they know, they're like, "Dude, well, don't insult me. I know that show.
Right.
I'm so smart.
Right.
I've been watching TV for years."
That's a Detroit thing too, though. That was a part of the family value.
That is true.
Yeah, so it's similar to that, but they're more scare tactics in nature. Basically, where he takes unsuspecting victims and sets up a location with a lot of actors and scares the crap out of them, and it's really cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Thank you for the.
it's super cool. Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll be as good as you described it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have a graphic for pick of the week?
On here, of course we do.
Let's do that.
Speaking of graphics, take that little one down
Little one. What?
in the corner of the screen.
Yeah,
Oh, the Bob.
Yeah.
it is Bob.
You don't want my name up there forever?
It's been up there for quite some time.
It is Bob. It is Bob. So
All
pick of
right.
the week. Yep.
We're gonna do pick of the week, and I will go first while folks are thinking in case you didn't have one there. But I will say my pick of the week is Pale Blue Earth is a company. Back when my kids were small, we used to do Energizer, like rechargeable batteries. We got tired of buying batteries and fucking going through them like crazy and throwing them away, especially when you got kids. And we started buying Energizer rechargeable batteries. It came with this giant, it looked like a fucking shoebox that you could recharge these batteries in. You could only recharge them 4 at a time, and it took forever. and just threw those away after a while. I'm like, these are not even worth the trouble. But now in the age of, a smart home, smart TV, remotes for every single thing you touch, I'm starting to get back into the habit of like buying like giant racks of like AAA and AA batteries. So I ran across this company out of Park City, Utah called Pale Blue Earth, and they sell rechargeable batteries. But the cool part is it's not a big giant shoebox thing to charge them. Every battery has a little notch on the top of it where you can fit a micro USB cable. So I bought a combo pack of 4 AAAs, 4 AAs. I think I bought 2 of those. So I got 8 of each, and it came with 2 little chargers, and it's just a little dongle that plugs into a USB port, and it's got 4 little tassels that sit there, and you can plug each one into, and it fits any of the batteries. They all work off micro USB, and they charge fast as fuck. Now, and they last quite a while.
I was gonna say, how long do they last?
They last quite a while.
Yeah?
They last at least as long, if not longer, than a regular battery.
And how long have you been using them so far?
I've probably 5 weeks.
Okay.
So I haven't had any die on me yet, but so the how long they last is based upon the website and the numbers that they put up there. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with them, pretty pleased with it. So if you're looking for a new set of rechargeable batteries, tire iron batteries, take a look at Pale Blue Earth out of Park City, Utah.
Not bad.
Who wants to go next? Todd?
Nick?
Todd. Sorry, I meant to say Nick.
Yeah, no, Todd's screen just went black. We lost him for a second. Todd, if you're there, disconnect and try and reconnect back again into the room. So for my pick of the week, let me do this.
Yeah, I'm sending him a text.
Yeah, I think he'll join back up.
Okay.
Looks like.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
Yes, sir. There you are.
We got
Gotcha
you
back.
now, buddy. So, so mine is, this is a purchase on Amazon. So I'd gotten a grill from my sister that she was trying to get rid of. She has a lot more money than I do. And she's had this grill for a year. After researching it, it's just like a $600 grill. But it was kind of in dire straits when she gave it to me. The inside was all fucked up, and I had to replace the grates, and I had to replace a bunch of things and polish it up. So I ended up doing that, and it looks fantastic now. Everything works perfectly. And I wanted to get, the cover that she had, kind of had a hole in it, the old black grill cover, that generic. So I looked on Amazon. I found this company called the Classics Accessory Store on Amazon. It's an Amazon choice. They kind of go outside the spectrum of grill covers. Instead of the black drab cover that you're normally thinking, they have different colors. So this was like a dual tone tan and with a dark brown trim underneath at the bottom. I just thought it was different. All the zero gravity chairs and tables, the bungee tables that I have in my backyard are all tan. That just happened to be the picture that happened to be the color that I picked a couple years ago. So this would definitely match that. I'm not big on, matching a lot of different things in my house or anything, but I thought that was pretty cool. This is something I haven't seen before. So just purchased it, had it for about a week. Works very well, water resistant. It's got zippers. It's got all kinds of stuff that you can access the grill. It doesn't have like the cinch-on Velcro sides like that the basic grill covers have.
Yeah.
It's actually got clips, like a plastic snap clip that connects to each other, and it's got 4 of them that actually go around the wheels on all, perfectly fits around all the wheels on all sides. So it's holding the grill cover from the bottom up. So it's not just one size fits all. This is a giant cover, and we're just going to put a little Velcro on one side and the other side and hope it doesn't blow away. Like, this legitimately holds on to the wheels. Not to mention, like I said, it's got other different compartments in it, and it looks super cool. It looks a hell of a lot better than just some black cover for a grill. So, yeah, the name of it's called the Classic Accessory Store. It's on Amazon, Amazon Choice, 21,000 4.6 star reviews.
Nice.
So if you're looking for a grill cover, they have all different sizes. Take some measuring tape and go out, measure your grill. The one that I think purchased for mine was $28.
Awesome. Cory, you got a pick?
I do. And Todd,
Yep.
this one it had you specifically in mind. When we were up in the old Oscoda or Tawas, whatever you want to call it, one of the days we were out on the river. Well,
We were in both places.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause
they're not just like you just
I
say
get-
like a blanket statement.
I get it, but we were in Oscoda and we were also in Tawas several
Yeah, yeah.
days. So
But you can call it
just
one. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Just call it up
Tawaskoda.
north.
Tawaskoda.
Iosco.
No, you never-
I was up north.
Iosco County.
Osco County.
Oscoda County. That
I was up north.
I was up north.
When I was north.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
one of the days we were on the river, it absolutely downpoured on us, and I had happened to purchase a packable raincoat that fits in my dry bag and takes up very, very little space.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You were so proud to put that raincoat on. I've never seen
Dude,
anyone more proud to put a raincoat
And I get it. You're already on the water, and your bathing suit's probably whatever, but it is comfortable when you're actually paddling along. You're not getting pelted with rain.
I won't lie. I was a little bit like, fuck, I wish I had that raincoat.
Yes. So one, we're not trying to interrupt you. We're excited about your
No,
review.
yeah, I know.
It's a great pick.
We're excited about your review. I also felt the same way. In the heat, I'm sure it's hot as fuck, but not that it was a huge inconvenience, but if we were to stop for a period of time, it would probably be smart for all of us to have something like that. So if you could, after the show, send us that link, because I would be into purchasing one of those as well.
$20, dude. That-
You've convinced me.
But I'd like to note for the record how proud you were to show us how awesome this raincoat was.
First of all,
Of course, I'm gonna be proud about it.
First of all,
It's
what
me.
what
But
di-
we didn't shit on it. We were all like,
What-
this is a nice raincoat.
what differs this from the ready-to-go ponchos you've had in your car in the past?
Oh, dude, the plastic ones that those are insanely portable and easy. Like if you're at a Tigers game or whatever, you put it in a jean pocket, any pocket.
Yeah, you don't wear jeans, but still.
But even in a shorts pocket,
There you go.
It fits there.
So those are like clear plastic bags
and the-
made to look like a poncho.
And yeah, the problem is when you take it out, it's this huge poncho that you gotta sit on and readjust, and it's a piece of plastic over you. This is actually an actual raincoat with like cuffs around the sleeves, a hood, with actually a weighted part in the front. So if you have the hood on, it doesn't just fly away in the wind. And it's like it's a 3/4 zip. It's not a full zip. So you're not having to worry about.
Wait, what?
It's a pullover.
I am now only 3/4 excited. I was fully excited before.
No,
could
dude.
tell.
Now I'm only 3/4 excited.
Yeah, dude. It was awesome. It was black.
Yeah, but the best part being is there's in the back there's a little pocket that once you're done with it, you just take it and you fold it up and it goes into a little bag about that big.
You put it in its own pocket.
You fold it back up into its own pocket,
Okay.
and when you get home, take it out, dry it out, and you're good to go again.
Yeah, I will echo Bob's sentiment and say that I've never seen somebody so happy to see rain than you. You were like,
Dude,
You were
you were like,
guess what I'm going to do now?
let the heavens spill down. Like you looked up like, yes.
Now,
And
it's
you-
not like the rest of us were like, what are we going to do now? And you were like, hold on. You just happened to like, oh, rain? I love rain. Guess what's going to happen next,
he
bitches?
smiled all the way to his back.
I've never seen someone so happy to put on a rain.
Yeah, it was as if we were all made of sugar and we were just melting away, and you were like, "Whoa,
And
I'm going to be alive."
In just a second, we were justified. His actions were justified. We all marveled at the rain jacket he put on.
And I told you guys when we were up there, I was just happy I got to use all the shit I bought
You did
leading
say
up
that.
to the trip.
Yeah.
I literally used just about everything.
You did say you told me you said
Another pick of the week will be for next week. As a matter
Yeah,
of fact.
I hope it snows while we're up here because of the collapsible snowshoes.
Yeah,
That's ready to go snow shovel. Really came in handy.
no, but you did make that statement while we were up north. You said I said, well, some days it's gonna rain, some days it's gonna do this.
Dude, I'm so fucking happy because I legitimately, everything I spent money on, I was able to use.
Yeah,
And
I was.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh well, but doesn't that does make you happy, doesn't it? I mean, does that make you fucking happy that you can use the shit that you spent all this money on? I still haven't used that fucking trolling motor that I may use tomorrow or whatever day, and I will fucking use it this summer.
I hope so.
Yeah, I will, and I will fucking zip around.
But no, it is nice to know everything that we purchased leading up to this trip. I have not only and I'd say 70% of it not only used for the trip and other times now on the 5th or 6th time I'm using this shit. So I'm glad I purchased it.
Corey, you're in a suit and we're at a wedding. Can you take that raincoat from the river off?
Nope, staying on. But anyways, Todd, I'll send you the link. But it's the Easy Run waterproof windbreaker.
Yeah, send it in the group if you can.
Hey,
I will just for the listeners. I wanted them to.
so send me the link so I can make fun of you, but get back on the porch, small fry. We already talked about this, dude. We already talked.
No,
about this.
Todd, what you got a pick for the week?
No, I do have a pick for the week, but I already did my pick of the week and nobody listened to me. So remember, Columbia, I live in the Pacific Northwest where it rains a bit. So we're prepared for that shit. And remember, Bob, you just said, hey, until I found out it was a 3/4 zip, I was 3/4 excited, right? If you actually buy the Columbia Out Dry Platinum.
Wait,
jacket,
no. You cannot rebut this with a pick that you already did.
Yeah, exactly.
But he specifically
no.
aimed at me.
None of this blah blah blah, blah, blah shit.
Yeah, because
if it was already a pick, you can't.
Hang on. Todd, the reason why I aimed at you was because I know you like gear and I know you like stuff like that.
I do, and I got the best.
Dude, but your Columbia stuff it's not the most packable. It's very.
Look at the. Hey, I will buy your new thing if you take a look at the Columbia Men's Out Dry Blitz jacket.
Todd, Columbia is very plasticky.
All right, I'm going to let you guys take this offline and do a cage match.
Yeah, because
mano a mano.
I don't know how confident I am or supportive I am of all these different things that Todd is buying for Corey because it's really upsetting. Buy us some stuff, Todd.
I never said he was buying it
You
for
come
me.
to this podcast every week and you haven't bought us anything.
Wait, hang on, Todd. Are you buying it for me?
No, he's not. Todd,
I
you're
will
not.
buy you. I will pay for.
No.
I will do all this stuff for you, Corey. Like, no!
He's getting married.
The Schnozzcast Studios needs support.
Todd,
I'm in.
I've got one only question for you. Do you have a pick of the week or
I
not
do.
for this week? Okay.
I do.
It better not be a Columbia fucking packable dry raincoat.
It was gonna be, damn it.
No,
but I got a
you
different
already
one.
did that.
I know, and I was gonna win, but I actually do have to say, again, I know I have a face made for radio, and if you can see me glistening here, the last time we were on, I'm shining. But anyway, I got this cool new desk lamp, and it's made by UBO Labs, the Illumina LED desk lamp. Dude, I thought it was going to be just a simple desk lamp purchase, but it's actually pretty cool. You can change the hue of the light. It actually has a phone charger on it. Very utilitarian. It's very sleek. You can actually change the angle. What an incredible thing. And I can't remember how much it cost, but it wasn't very expensive. It was super cheap.
Does it have an anti-glisten mode?
Dude, don't you see how soft the light is bouncing off me?
I'm trying to shield my eyes from the glare.
No, awesome light. I'm pretty impressed with it. I had very low expectations. I bought it on the cheap on Amazon. It's the first thing I saw. I swiped it, and it's kicking ass, taking names.
Yeah, that's what rich people do.
So also pipe that through the menage a trois thread Yeah.
The what thread?
Well, there's 4 of us, so that doesn't really apply. But send it through the
It's called, it's called an orgy. I think is
There
what
you
it's
go.
It's called the
referred to.
gangbang thread.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Send
Run-
it through the thread.
Run the train thread.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. What?
Why not? Sounds great. But we are way
Just
past
put
our
it in the
time right
chat.
now.
too.
We are. And with that, that's the episode. That's 132 in the books for the week. Please join us next week for episode 133. On behalf of Schnozzcast, this is Bob saying goodbye for Nick Bader, Cory Slesky, Todd Dillon. We'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves.